What's going on, brothers? What's going on, brothers? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport. First and foremost, brothers, first and foremost, how is my audio? Am I good across the board? Press 1 in the live stream chat if I'm good across the board. How is my audio, please? Who's here in the building? Who's here? Press a 1 in the live stream chat. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Press a 1. Who's here? Press 1 if you can hear me loud and clear. Who base Muslim, bro. Replied to me back on IG, brother. We got to do Algeria and Cape Verde, bro. Can you get back to me on IG, base Muslim? I messaged you a couple weeks ago, bro. Message me back, please, base Muslim. It's been a minute, bro. Hope you're well. Awesome, brothers, awesome. Looks like I'm good. Oh, is it? All right, bro. I'm on Twitter, brother. So if you're on Twitter, brother, please, brother, send me a DM on Twitter, bro, or brother, Facebook. Send me a message on Facebook, brother. Let's touch base, Facebook or Twitter. And here's a link to my Facebook, brother, Facebook group. If you send me a DM, brother, on Twitter or Facebook Messenger, we can touch base, bro. Okay. So let's get straight into it, man. Thank you for joining this live stream. Much appreciated, brothers. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome to the movement. If you're an old viewer, welcome aboard. If you're an old viewer, I appreciate the support over the past couple of years. Throughout this stream today, brothers, please, man, like the video, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donations, join the Patreon too, book your IT consultations, and of course, cop the merch too. So let's get straight into it, brothers. Okay. Today's stream is going to be very personal to my life, coming from the mind and heart of International Passport, right? Coming from me, brothers, and the title of the stream is called, Am I Uglier Than Shrek? The Making of a Passport Bro, Episode 1, How the West Ruined Me. I'm going to speak of my personal life, right? And this is only episode 1, and there'll be more episodes. So essentially, brothers, I'm going to break down parts of my life that made me eventually become a passport bro. Things that happened in my life in the UK that pushed me towards becoming a passport bro. And we're only episode 1. There'll be multiple episodes here. I wasn't born a passport bro. I didn't wake up one day saying that I'm going to be a passport bro. It was life experiences, my surroundings, what I heard, what I saw, how I felt about myself. So I'm going to pour a lot of heart and mind and soul in this live stream. As you can see in the title, Am I Uglier Than Shrek? I've mentioned previously in previous streams that at a time where I was at one of my lowest points, at a time where I was thinking, what's going on with me? I would stare at the mirror. I would sit down for hours and stare in the mirror and ask myself, am I uglier than Shrek? And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds, absurd. Why is a black man asking himself, is he uglier than Shrek? Let me tell you how I got to that point. It's a whole story, and we're only episode 1. I'm from the UK, brothers. Been here my whole life. Lived the culture, experienced it. So it go from unknown to a major powerhouse. But the dating scene here, the woman here, just ain't good. They're not good. How they treat brothers, how they, particularly English brothers, how they think of English brothers. Everything when it comes to dating, when it comes to relationships, made me think to myself, am I uglier than Shrek? It all goes back to a time in my life where I remember I bought many suits, I bought many shirts, many ties. I used to get a haircut once a week or once every 5 days. I used to look sharp. I used to buy perfume, spray it all over my body. And I thought at that point, I am the best I can be. You know how when you watch all these self-help videos and it tells you, right? These gurus, they tell you, be the best man you can be. At that point, the guy you see, right, in this thumbnail, on my thumbnail on the stream, this black man, that was me. Nice beard, nice fade on the side. And I thought, let me walk out there and, you know, women will come to me. I'm at my best. I'm educated. I'm a smart brother. I ain't no thug. I ain't no pookie. I ain't no Ray Ray. I'm an educated black man. I'm an educated black man. Surely I'm wearing a suit. I've got a nice haircut. My beard on point. Woman gonna love this. Wherever I go to, woman gonna love this. So I walk out my house many days. I wake up early. I iron my clothes. I'm like, look at me. I'm a black man, and I'm dressed great. Woman ain't pay me no mind. Woman don't compliment me. Woman don't look at me. And I'm thinking, what? What? Why am I not getting any play? I'm in a suit. I'm in a suit. I'm not in tracksuit bottoms. I'm not in sweats. I'm not in basketball tees or baseball tees. I'm in a suit. Y'all got the best version of me walking around, going to functions, putting myself out there as a brother in the UK. Woman ain't pay me no mind, brothers. Can you imagine where you have haircuts once a week, where you're at a point where you're buying suits once a month, where you're dressed fresh, and woman ain't pay you no mind as a black man. But I see the white man dressing like me, and the woman love it. Woman all around him. And I'm thinking to myself, what is wrong with me? I'm in a suit. Why ain't I getting no play in the UK from UK women? Forget about foreign women. I'm talking about UK women because this was before I was a passport bro. I'm taking y'all brothers way back. I'm telling y'all my life right now. I'm being personal here. Before I became a passport bro, when I was seeking the attention, when I was seeking the love of a English woman, of a British woman, brothers, they ain't show me no love. They ain't show me no love. And every day I will go out, dressed fresh, dressed to impress. Woman ain't even look at me twice. And I'm thinking, what is going on? Am I uglier than Shrek? those thoughts started to creep in. Is it me? Is it how I'm dressed? Is my suit too dark in color? Is it too light in color? What's going on here? Is my beard not on point? Surely, if I dress that well, surely if I elevate myself right, if I put the best version of myself out there, I'm a black man in a suit. I'm a dark-skinned black man in a suit. Y'all English chicks got the best version of me. So why ain't y'all checking for me? But I look around me, I see a bunch of dudes that are not educated like me, that are wearing sweats, and they got women around them. But I particularly see white men with Asian women, white women, black women, mixed race women, and they ain't wearing suits like me. And I'm thinking, is it me or is it me? The problems that educated black men go through, black men that don't want to be thugs, Pookie, and Ray Ray, we're going through a lot, brothers. So over time, where I'm getting no results from my parents, these women had me at my best self. I am out there putting my best self out. I want an English girl. I want an English woman to love me. I want a Western chick to love me. And they never love me, brothers. I go to a different part of town. I'm in a suit. I got a nice haircut. And still, they're not checking for an educated black man like me. And I'm thinking, what is wrong? Y'all got me in a suit. Y'all got me wearing classy shoes. Y'all got me ironing my clothes every day. Y'all got me getting a haircut once a week. And y'all still ain't showing no love to me. Over time, that kept happening. Over time, that kept happening, happening until it dawned upon me. Am I uglier than Shrek? I remember the first time I said to myself, am I ugly? Am I ugly? And I sat in my bedroom, four corner walls, looking straight at the mirror like an abyss, like I'm daydreaming and staring at myself for hours, looking at every part of my face and telling myself, am I uglier than Shrek? Brothers, let me tell you how sad of a statement that is. I reached a low point in my life in the West before I became a passport bro, where I was telling myself every day at work, when I'm eating dinner, breakfast, when I'm speaking with friends, secretly I'm dozing away in my mind and I'm thinking to myself, am I uglier than Shrek? Y'all got me in a suit. Y'all got me getting haircuts once a week. Y'all got me in dress shoes once a week. And no love, no attention, no, hey, IP, you look smart, you look great. Nah. What? Y'all can't even tell me that I look great? They walk past at functions, they ain't pay me no mind. What is wrong with international passport? International passport is educated. International passport ain't no thug. International passport don't sell that white. International passport, ain't in the streets. He ain't no gangbanger. He ain't no roadman. He ain't no thug. International passport is doing everything right as a black man in the UK, like his parents told him to do so. Like his parents told him to do so. IP, stay in school, get educated, take it seriously. And I did that. I did that, brothers. I ain't playing no games in school. So I thought, listen, man, I'm an educated black man. I've bucked the trend. Now I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. And I've seen some ish that I wish I never saw. But never once did I say to myself, I want to be a gangster. Nah, it was all about going to school, getting a degree, and keep on pushing forward. I did that. So I'm doing everything right in this universe. Surely this universe should bless me. Surely I should be blessed with a woman. Woman that see, yo, who is that guy, IP? He's always in the library studying. I want to get to know him more. But nah, not a single woman was checking for me in the UK. Not a single woman in the UK showed me love. Not a single English chick embraced me. Not a single English woman embraced me with her arms. Missing that female touch for a long time ain't good for the mental, brothers. We human beings. I always tell my friends this, right? If you take away the money, the Hollywood, the entertainment, the football, the basketball, and you have men and women just on earth, we're gonna procreate. Men and women will always procreate. That is our nature. That is why we are on this earth. So you can see how the importance of having female touch, female, female energy around you, brothers. We're men. We want that. We desire that. But I wasn't getting that, brothers. I wasn't getting that. The woman that I loved, the woman that I was crushing on were with thugs, tattooed thugs, roadmen, gangbangers. I ain't never seen them with a black man and a suit. I see them with a white man in a suit, but not an educated black man. Educated black men are going through a lot right now in the West, brothers. Because guess what? We're not, you know, we're not seen as the default image across Western society. If you're a black man like me back then, brothers, before I became a passport bro, that watched anime, that played Yu-Gi-Oh, that played Beyblade, that read manga, women looked at you weird. Women looked at you in a disgusting way. But if you were a black man that were selling that green, if you were a black man, that were a thug, if you were a black man that wore hoodies all day and never wore a suit, oh yeah, you get play. You get play. Nobody knows what educated black men who don't fit that stereotype are going through. We're going through a lot in the West right now. Nerdy, educated black men, we're going through a lot. We're going through pain. It's pain in our minds. It's pain in our heart. It's pain in our eyes. And these women don't get it. They never loved educated black men. And now we have educated black men like me before I became a passport bro, saying to myself, am I uglier than Shrek? Saying to myself, am I uglier than Shrek? I reached that point in my life that I thought I'd never reach. I did everything right. I studied hard, never joined the gang, kept away from bad friends. My parents always told me, IP, you stay away from bad friends, my son. And I did that. Everything right. Good men like me, who would think that because I did everything right, because I'm on the right path, women should come to me. Women should see that. Women should see the light within me, my spark. They never saw it, brothers. They never cared for me, never loved me, never embraced me. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm dressing the best. I'm smelling the best. I'm looking the best. I'm at a point where I've reached the pinnacle of my powers. I'm educated. I'm dressing good. I'm in a suit. Notice me. Notice me, English woman. Notice me. I'm here for y'all. I'm doing all this for y'all, spending all this money on myself for y'all. Notice me. And days go past. I'm on the train heading back from the station, back to home, home to the station, home to the cinema, home to the mall, cold approaching chicks, putting myself out there in the open. Not a single woman showed me love. Not a single woman showed this educated black man love. Not one. So every day I'm going home in a suit. I'm in my own thought. I'm daydreaming. I'm looking. I'm spaced out, and I'm thinking to myself. I'm looking at myself on the train mirror. What is going on? Is it me? Is it how I dressed? Or am I ugly? Am I uglier than Shrek? Am I uglier than Shrek? Y'all know how ugly Shrek is, right? Shrek ain't good looking. Keep it a stack. Keep it 100. Any Shrek character ain't good looking. No homo. Pause. Keep it a stack. Right? So for me to compare myself to probably the ugliest character in in cartoon history, that's beyond the low point. That's a point where the Matrix got to me. And then I keep saying to myself, looking at the mirror, am I uglier than Shrek? Am I uglier than Shrek? Like a mantra, like a beat, like ad libs, saying to myself repeatedly, am I uglier than Shrek? Staring myself in the mirror, eye on the mirror for hours, spaced out, eyes focused on the mirror. Am I uglier than Shrek? And of course, when I kept thinking like that, my self esteem got really low. I didn't feel good about myself. I felt ugly. I felt like, if me wearing a suit, if me wearing perfume, if me in a dope haircut can't get a woman in the UK, oh man, I definitely must be uglier than Shrek. So as time went on, I did I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't. What is going on? I know I'm not socially awkward. I can speak to people. I've spoken in public at university. I have no problems cold approaching. But it seems like there's something that people have against educated black men. There's something that people don't like when they see a black man in a suit. What's the problem? I've been through uni. I got my degree. I got a job now. I'm in a suit. I'm in a suit. Respect me. Notice me. Love me. Care for me. Y'all ain't never seen a black man in a suit. Well, guess what? I'm in a suit right now. I'm here for y'all, English woman. Check for me. And English woman ain't pay me no mind. But the other brother that's in a hoodie, that's in sweats, getting play heavy. Bruv, this is the life of the West. This is how the West ruins educated black men. I'll keep it a stack. Educated black men ain't all right. We are in a special category where we ain't all right in the West. The image they have of black men is rappers, athletes. And if y'all don't fit into that, good luck dating in the West. Good luck putting an American chick, right? An English chick or whatever Western country. If you don't have that image. I done seen dimes with bummy looking brothers. But I'm in a suit. I should have those women. I'm in a suit, bruv. I'm in a suit. I got a nice haircut. I'm looking fresh. I'm looking fresh. And I ain't got a dime on my arm, right? But a brother, a brother that looking like, you know, he just called out of bed 5 minutes ago, got a dime piece. That's what we're going through, brothers, as educated black men. Nobody cares about the Carlton Banks of the world. Nobody cares about the Ben Carsons of the world. Guess what? Yeah, if you're an educated black man, you were Ben Carson, and you were Carlton Banks in the West. And women seeing that just disgusts them. Why is that black man looking like that? Why is he in a suit? Why is he so fresh? That right there is a fallen society. A society is fallen where the woman in that country doesn't value a man in a suit, a black man in a suit that looks fresh. That is how, that is how the West ruined me before I became a passport bro. Before I even knew what traveling was, before I even knew what passport bro was, before this whole thing popped off, it was a never-ending loop of nonsense going on in the West with the woman. Me putting all my heart, all my time to getting a chick. They never checked for me. And I'm not socially awkward. I'm not a bummy looking dude. Why are English women treating me like this, man? And at one point, I was an outspoken simp feminist. So I did it all. And the women were not checking for me. So I reached a point where every day, every month, I felt ugly. I felt disgusting inside, in my own skin. Every day I said to myself, am I uglier than Shrek? Am I uglier than Shrek? Can you imagine when you reach a point in your life where you're sitting down opposite the mirror and you stare endlessly into space, looking at your face, saying to yourself, am I uglier than Shrek? Am I uglier than Shrek? These were thoughts that I said to myself that was stored in my heart and mind. Every day I leave the house, I come back home. angry, upset with myself. What is going on? I remember picking apart every single part of my life. I'm educated. I'm dressing well. I got a nice perfume. I can speak to women. I can speak to people. So what's going on here? Where's the woman of my dreams? Where's the English Western woman of my dreams? Because before I became a passport bro, it was all Western women. Now I've dated, of course. I've been with Western women, English women. But at that point in my life, I'm searching for wifey. I'm searching for, a dime. I'm searching for a diamond in the dirt. I'm searching for a reasonable, good woman. At that point in my life, I deserve to get the woman that reflects me. Not no bum chick, not no fat Becky, not no hood rat Keisha, a classy chick. I couldn't get that. And I'm thinking, what's going on? What's this? I'm in a suit. I'm here. Where's my Candace Owens? Right? Because guess what? In the UK, I went after black chicks a lot. I wanted black woman. I wanted black woman. I wanted a black English chick. I wanted my Candace Owens. Where my Candace Owens at? Where my Candace Owens at? And if we remove Candace Owens out the picture, if you're going after a white chick, where my, where my you know, he's a good looking white chick, you know, where my Scarlett Johansson at? Where's she at? I'm in the suit. I'm dressed. I got the education. I got the swag. But because I'm not a fuck, because I'm not a gangbanger, y'all ain't checking for me. Y'all ain't checking for me. Y'all ain't show me no love. It's crazy, brothers. It's crazy what a brother been through in the West. And guess what, right? It wasn't only just me. My friends, educated black men. Guess what? My circle, educated black men. My circle in the UK been educated black men. And they were struggling getting women too. So I'm thinking, what's going on? My friends having problems getting quality women. Remember, it's all about quality. Any man can get a woman, right? But we don't want fat Beckys and we don't want, okay? We don't want hood rat Keishas. But guess what, right? My friends who are also educated black men, they're struggling. They're struggling getting women. We all in a suit, we dressing nice, we spitting game, we busting jokes. But when women see a black man speak properly, when women see and hear a black man not say the N-word, not be a thug, it disgusts them. To this day in the UK right now, while I'm still here, when I look around the dating situation, I'm seeing bummy looking brothers, bummy looking dudes with hot women. And I ain't seeing educated brothers in suits with women. I remember last week, right? I saw brothers dressed very well, looking fresh, looking fresh. And I ain't seen them with a dime chick. They were lonely. The West has a problem with educated black men, and I don't know what it is. They have boxed us in. They have boxed black men to becoming either a rapper, an athlete, and dressing a certain way. If you're not that, you a weirdo black man. I don't want to date y'all. That's how women are thinking. That's how women are thinking. Not only in the UK, but in America too. That's why in my travels, I mostly meet educated brothers and they tell me what they go through. Educated black men, we're going through a lot in the West. We've bucked the trend. Why does it disgust women that I'm educated, I'm in the suit? So my friend's going through it. Pause, but my friends ain't uglier than Shrek. So what's going on there? And then looking at myself, my heart, assessing my life. Okay, okay. Why ain't there quality woman coming after me? Why ain't there quality woman giving me choosing signals? Key part there, choosing signals. I remember I go on the bus ride, I go on the train, I look at a woman, I smile at her, or I look at her. She looks away. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. The next woman, she looks away. I'm walking down the street, I'm making eye contact. Woman ain't give me no choosing signal. Where the where the choosing signal at? Where it at? I remember I used to go to these functions, right? I wear a suit. I used to really put myself out there. Wine tasting, you know, book reading, right? I remember I was the most smartly dressed man in most cases. And not a single woman said, "Hey, I like your suit. Hey, you look smart." Not one single woman said that to me. Damn. Damn, I must be ugly. Damn, I must be uglier than Shrek. Again, this is before I became a passport bro. This is before I started traveling and realizing what the truth really was. But while I was in the West, still in the West, still in the West, still in the West, I'm saying to myself, am I ugly? Now y'all know that that ain't the case. I've traveled the world, Japan, Germany, Morocco, and the woman that I've dealt with, a woman that I thought I would never get in a million years. The West ruins your self-esteem. The West ruins how you feel about yourself. I'm growing up in a society where I don't see a black man with a suit on TV. All I see is rap videos about a bunch of black dudes rapping about killing other black dudes, saying the N word, saying all sorts of profanity towards other black men. I never saw a Ben Carson type on TV. I never saw that. It was the same nonsense. So not only are women making me feel ugly and feel bad inside, but the media got me messed up. I turned that on, a whole bunch of rap videos. I switched channel, a TV show about, you know, a brother selling that white. The West ruined me back then. Before I broke out the matrix in the West ruined me. It really did. Made me feel like I'm uglier than Shrek. Made me sit in my bedroom for hours every day and stare in the mirror, stare into space and tell myself, am I uglier than Shrek? Am I uglier than Shrek? Press a one in the chat if you felt that way. And be honest here, we all men here, we all on the same journey. If you ever felt ugly about yourself because of how you've been treating the West, your options as an educated black man, not getting quality woman, press a one in the chat. It's okay. It's okay. Press a one in the chat if you felt uglier, if you felt ugly inside. Now you ain't gotta say that you thought you were uglier than Shrek, or you looked in the mirror for hours in a day like me. But if you felt ugly, if you ain't feel sure about yourself, press a one in the chat. I felt that way for a long time. Am I ugly? Am I uglier than Shrek? What is this? Because guess what? Human nature, right? You can't go a long time without intimate touch with a woman as men. It is part of our biological body. You can't. So you're thinking, right? I'm on this earth and I'm struggling to get chicks, quality woman. I'm in a suit, I'm educated. What is going on? It must be because I'm ugly. But there's a huge difference between calling yourself ugly and then comparing yourself to the ugliest character of all time and saying to yourself, am I uglier than Shrek? I felt that way for a long time, man. I felt that way for a long time. Again, I don't feel this way right now. Let me make it very clear. I don't feel this way right now. This was before I became a passport bro. Before I broke out the matrix. Now I feel great knowing that I was in Japan last year and I dealt with a dime chick that I thought I could never get in my life. Knowing that in Germany I dealt with dime chicks. Educated black men be suffering in the West, particularly the dating option. There's a stereotype that says that black men get all the women in the West. That's a BS stereotype. That's a goddamn lie. And I'm telling you as a black man, I think black men, particularly educated black men, have it worse with women than any other man. We do the worst. Educated black men do the worst in dating in the West. Women don't like us, you know? Western women don't like us. Western women will only go for a thuggish black guy, not an educated black guy like us. That's real right there. Why do you think Kevin Samuels was so big amongst the educated black men community? Come on, man. Y'all know I'm preaching. Press the two in the chat if you know I'm preaching right now. Press the two in the live stream chat if you know that I'm preaching right now. Why do you think Kevin Samuels blew up? And all the people he mentored were all educated brothers, on six-figure salaries that were having struggle that were struggling in dating. That's how you know that I'm not capping, bruv. That's how you know that I'm not capping. Kevin Samuels knew about it. That's why he blew. Because guess what? There's a huge segment of educated black men that ain't getting love, that ain't getting hugged, that ain't getting kissed, that ain't getting checked on, that ain't getting no choosing signals. And I speak for them. I speak for these educated black men in the West. Educated black men are in a very special scenario. We have it all, but we don't have it all at the same time. We have it all, but we don't have it all at the same time. We're ignored. These stereotypes are working against us. If you don't fit a particular mold of black man, good luck. I'm seeing it right now amongst the men I know, the brothers that I speak to, that I mentor in the UK, and they're educated, they're having a tough time. I tell them, get your passport as soon as possible. They're suffering. The guys at the top universities in the UK, they're suffering. They ain't getting women like that, brothers. It's the thugs. It's the thugs. And y'all know I'm speaking facts. Because if you're educated and you were born and raised in the West, you know just how it gets down, bruv. You know just how it gets down, bruv. You know that real, bruv. And you know what, I ain't capping up on this mofo, bruv. You know. You know. The brother's studying biochemistry. The brother's studying IT. The brother's studying law, medicine, dentistry. Ain't getting love like that, bruv. It's the dudes that are selling rap CDs on the street that get the most women. Educated black men do the worst when it comes to dating in the West. Don't believe the stats. Don't believe, that particular myth. Don't believe it. I saw it at university. I saw it after university. I'm telling you, brothers, in the West, educated black men are not doing well when it comes to dating. That's a fact. We are seen as weird. We are seen as lame. We are seen as uncool. It's a fact. I'm keeping 100. I remember, right, when I would say to women that I went on dates with that, hey, I watch anime, I read manga, I read manga, you know, I like, watching Formula One back then. The face that woman gave me was like, this guy's a weirdo. And they never spoke to me again. I would tell women that I play Beyblade. I like Beyblade. Back in high school. They're like, what? They never checked for me again. If you're a nerdy, educated black man, particularly if you're nerdy, right? You watch anime, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I've been through it all, brothers, as an educated brother that did everything right, that did what my parents told me to do. And I love my parents for setting me on a straight path, man. I love my parents. They prioritize education, keeping away from bad friends. I did that, bruv. I did that. But I wish someone told me that when you're an educated black man, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a huge struggle when it comes to dating. I wish someone told me that so I can prepare for it. If someone had told me that, I would have got my passport the minute I was eligible to get a passport. I would never have wasted any time, and I would never have said to myself, am I uglier than Shrek? Am I uglier than Shrek? Can you imagine me saying that to myself in the West before this travel thing kicked off for me? Before I booked that first trip abroad and got that golden treatment, I thought to myself, whoa, I'm dressed well here. And the woman in this country keep looking at me, staring at me, asking me questions. So why is that not happening in England? Why is it not happening in Scotland or the UK? What's going on? Ah, that's why. That's why. It ain't me. It's the West. It is the Western culture that's poison and toxic. That's why. It ain't me. I'm not uglier than Shrek. I was never uglier than Shrek. I'm a normal looking black man that's educated. And women in this country, they love it. What it takes to be an educated black man is a struggle. It's a struggle of internal fighting, external fighting. Who are you? Who am I? What is my purpose? I bucked the trend. Most for being from the hood, most brothers ain't make it out. Most brothers are in jail. Most brothers they done deleted some people. That's my hood. That's my hood, brothers. That's my hood. My hood. That in itself is an achievement. I'm not ugly. You're not ugly. No black man is ugly. No black man is ugly. It's the West. And it ruined me by making me feel ugly inside, making me resent myself, making me hate myself, making me almost want to go the Pookie and Ray Ray way. Guess what, brother? I'll keep it a stack. I almost went the Pookie, Tyrone, and Ray Ray way just to get women. Can you believe it? That a black man like me, educated in a suit, almost pushed that aside to go to Pookie and Ray Ray routes. Thank God I never did that. Thank God I never did that. Thank God that the Lord Almighty put me back to my senses. IP, you came too far, bro. Don't you throw it all away for a woman in the West. It ain't you, IP. It's Western women. They're the problem. You a good man, IP. You a good man, IP. Don't throw it all away for women who never loved you for who you are. Who I am right now is an educated, articulate brother. That's me, bro. That's me. And no Western chick can ever take that away from me. No Western chick can ever tell me that I'm ugly or make me feel ugly no more. I've seen the truth. Me become a Pookie and Ray Ray to stop myself from feeling ugly. I almost did that. I almost took that route. Almost lost myself in the process. Can you imagine losing yourself, your sense of worth? That's what the West does to educated brothers. That's what the West does to educated brothers. It breaks you apart, tears you apart limb by limb, changes you, makes you a monster. I ain't no monster. I'm an educated brother with goals, dreams, and objectives to achieve. I'm an educated brother that likes anime, manga, soccer, basketball, studying, reading the news. That's me. And this Western culture made me feel ugly, made me feel ugly, made me feel useless for being an educated brother. We're going through a lot. The media lied to us. Black men this, black men are desirable. No, we ain't in the West. Educated black men are not desirable in the West. I've seen it. Just last week, right? I saw I saw white men with every race of woman happy smiling. And I saw black men with no woman. I saw black men with no woman in the West last week. in the UK. Today, right, yesterday, sorry, I'm on the bus, right? I see white men with Asian women everywhere. I saw more white men with Asian women than white men with white women. Can you believe it? And these were white men in suits, dressed well, and black men that were dressed well that I saw had no woman next to them. Brothers, if the world was perfect, if the West was perfect, right, educated black men should be pulling Asian women left to right in the West. But Asian women in the West don't want nothing to do with us, to keep it a stack. Asian women in the UK, in America, want nothing to do with brothers. How are you an educated brother, right? And we know that Asian women, they value education, stability, and educated brothers got that. And Asian women in the West would never still go near us. The West is is can destroy you if you let it destroy you. It almost did for me. It almost destroyed me completely. How? How is a brother like me, like Johnny, like Theo, like Ruel, right? Particularly me, not able to pull an Asian woman in the West, even though I'm educated, and they know I'm educated. The skin color, the fact that what? He's black, he's dark skinned, and he's got that qualifications. He's not a Pookie and Ray Ray. That's weird to me. We go through a lot, brothers. So as I end my segment and open up the phone lines for, for the last part of the stream for y'all can call in. When you call in, tell me and be honest with me. Have you felt ugly? And how did you kill that ugliness? Speak your heart out. We all brothers here. We all working towards the same goals and objectives. Remember, this was before you became a passport bro. This is only episode 1. Episode 2 will be a different part of my life that made me become a passport bro too. It's the making of a passport bro. I don't feel ugly now. Let me make it very clear to you, brothers, right? I don't feel ugly right now. I've not felt ugly, right, ever since I booked that plane, that ticket abroad to my first trip ever abroad, and I got incredible treatment. I don't feel ugly anymore. But before I started traveling, I felt ugly every day. So call in. Do you feel ugly now? Did you ever feel ugly before? Tell us the experience of being an educated brother. You know? Damn, it's tough, man. It's tough when I'm educated and these westernized Asian chicks ain't never show me no love. I'm here, I'm in a suit, and you know I'm educated and you ain't show me no love. You show me no love, made me feel ugly. Because guess what, right? The reason why you ain't chose me is because I'm black. Because I'm black. Damn. Press a 1 in the Zoom chat. Press a 1 in the live stream chat. If this stream resonated with you. Press a 1. If you feel what I'm saying in this stream. Press a 1 in the chat, man. Press a 1. If you understand what I'm saying. There's a lot of mofos that feel exactly just like me. A lot of mofos that feel exactly just like me. And I know this. I speak to brothers every day in the UK. Educated brothers. Press a 1. Press a 1. The passport saved me. The passport, it did save me, brothers. It did. Because it told me that it wasn't me. I ain't the problem. It's the Western culture. It's Western women and Western culture. I'm free. I know who I am. I'm a king. I'm a brother. Press a 1 in the chat if this message, if you feel this message, man. as an educated brother. Damn. So it took me going to the land of Asia to get play from Asian women. And when Japanese women, when they heard that I'm educated, when they saw me in the suit, nice haircut, they were all over me. That tells you Western culture is beyond poison. It ain't for the brother. The Western culture will destroy a black man's mind. I was in shock the amount of love I got in Japan, a country where it's 98% Asian. I'm in the UK, right, where it's multicultural. And despite it being multicultural, the Asian women ain't never show me love. And I go to their land and they're all over me. Oh my goodness, man. So when I open up the phone line, tell me, do you feel ugly right now? Tell me and be honest. Or did you feel ugly before and what cured your ugliness? Let's break it down, man. Let me read the super chats, man. Brothers, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donation, show me some support, man. I pulled my heart out today, man. And guess what? This is only episode 1. Wait until episode 2 as to whatever issues I was experiencing in the West before I became a passport bro. Before it made me into a passport bro. Shout out to Mr. Volcanus for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. For the super sticker. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Volcanus for the $20 super chat. What you are doing is extremely important. Oh man, flipping heck, bruv. Oh man. Thank you, bro. Almost a decade doing this channel, bro. It ain't easy, bruv. It's not easy when I stream this late. It takes a toll on my body. It takes a huge toll on my body. But I know that my words could be saving a brother's life. So I gotta keep pushing, man. I gotta keep pushing, man. I can't give up on the brothers, man. I gotta keep teaching brothers Python. I gotta keep telling brothers all the intel and countries where they love brothers, man. I can't give up, man. The brothers need me. The brothers need me, man. Appreciate you, Volcanus, bro, for the support. Salute to you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Joseph Ashbury back in the building for the support. Thank you, brother. What's going on, IP? It's been a minute, but still thinking about you. Support, support, support. Thank you, bro, for the support, man. That means a lot to me. Joseph, are you well, brother? You keeping good, brother? You keeping good, brother? It's been a minute, bro. Hope you're well, brother. And Happy New Year, bro. It's been too long, brother. Salute to you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Babatunde for the support. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated to you, bro. IP Claude Makalele of this mofo. Shout out to you. Oh man. Appreciate the kind words, bro. That's a classic player right there. Shout out to Claude Makalele, the best defensive midfielder of all time, without a single doubt, man. If you're a soccer fan, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's not soccer, it's football, but I've got a huge American audience, so we're gonna call it soccer. Okay, so on to the next on to the next super chat. Hold on, brothers. Shout out to Mr. The Bridge for the support. Thank you, The Bridge, for the support, man. That means a lot to me, brother. Salute. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Arfel Stroves for the support. Thank you, Arfel. Much appreciated, bro. He says here, 77 likes, 129 watching. Please get the likes up. Please, brothers, hit the like button, man. Likes are free. Likes are free. Show me some support, man. Hit that like button, please. Thank you so very much. Hit that like button, okay? That'd be greatly appreciated. Shout out to Mr. Mr. What's it called? Mr. Moi for the £3 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. The Matrix got Korea YouTube video. Wow, great stream, great story. Thank you, IP. Thank you for the support, brother. Much appreciate, bro. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Josh John for the support. Appreciate you, brother. I hear you, IP. Growing up woman in the US didn't want me because I didn't fit the Pablo Escobar stereotype or block watcher. We must walk away, brothers. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Walk away, John. Save yourself, bro. Okay. And be yourself, brother. Okay. Appreciate you, John. Shout out to Joseph again for the support. Thanks for the word. Thanks for the kind words, bro. Appreciate you, Joseph. And shout out to Zed man for the support, man. Thank you, Zed man, for the support. Awesome, bro. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines, okay? And we're gonna get words y'all call in and y'all keep it real with me. Shout out to Joe Biden. Hey, we got the president of the US up on the stream for the support. He says here, get your passport. Yes, indeed, brothers, get your passport, get your passports. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Marvin Lloyd, right, for the support. You have a legendary voice, IP. Thank you, bro, for the support, man. Appreciate you, brother, for the kind words, man. Shout out to Mike Dallas for the support. How good is the job security in IT? Incredible, brother. If you know what you're doing and you pick the right field and the right certs to do and the right skill set to learn, it's beyond good, brother. Okay, remote working anywhere around the world, living on your time, etc., etc. So let's open up the phone lines, invite, copy, and call in to speak about how, if you feel ugly, how you cared being ugly. Do you feel ugly now? Let's have an open stream, man. I don't feel ugly right now. I'm a passport bro, but this is the making of a passport bro. This is how everything accumulated to becoming a passport bro. Okay, this made me become a passport bro. This experience that I experienced, it pushed me towards becoming a passport bro. I mean, we've all had that trigger point. What made you become a passport bro? Well, what were you experiencing in the West before you became a passport bro? That is exactly what I was experiencing. That is exactly what I was experiencing, brothers. JM, can you turn your camera on in the background, please? So I know you're not a troll, brother. You are confirmed. Thank you, JM. Let me get some water real quick. Give me a second. Give me a minute or two, please, JM. Get some water. Hold on, brothers. I'm gonna put myself on mute. Hold on, bro. Yeah? Give me a minute, please. Stay on here. Stay on the line. I'll be back. Yeah. Hold on, bro. Give me a minute. I'll be back here. 1 minute. Hold on, brothers. Stay on the line. Stay here. I'm here. I'm here. Hold on. Okay, so Josh, can you turn your camera on in the background? Black mind, camera on. Travel brother, camera on, please in the background. So I know you're not trolls. Let me bring Mr. JM first in the background, okay? Let's go. JM, let's go, brother. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, but I see we have other callers, and I want to give them a chance to speak first since I'm kind of a frequent guest.
Okay.
If that's okay.
That's fine, brother. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you want to come in later and speak after? Okay, that's fine, brother. All right, so that's cool, Jam. Let me bring in Mr. Black Mind. You're confirmed, brother. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in Black Mind. What's going on, Black Mind? How you doing, bro?
How's everything? Tell me if my voice sounds okay and if there's any echo.
It sounds good, brother.
All right, excellent. So I tuned in because I saw the title, and then I heard you speaking about feeling ugly, and I'm going to tell you what it is that's going on in the West. And of course, some American brothers are going to say that you don't really know what you're talking about. I'm not one of them. But I saw some saying that. And what I can tell you is that what you're talking about going on in the UK is also going on in the States. So in actuality, you're speaking on the same phenomena. It's just happening in two different countries. Minor differences aside, it's overall the same phenomena that you're speaking of. And I'm going to tell you that Western Black women want you to feel like you're unattractive. They want me to feel like this. They want all of us to feel this way, unless, of course, we are of a particular stereotype, like you said. I'm going to tell you the reason for it. And it comes down to this. They want you to feel like this. Yeah.
Before you say so, bro, obviously keep it PG, keep it coded, right? Just in case. That goes for everyone as well. Keep it PG and keep it coded. But carry on, brother.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are some words that will get this whole thing flagged, and I'm aware of that. So in a nutshell, what they want is they want every brother that's not of a negative stereotype, what I refer to as idness, intentionally dysfunctional negative stereotype. They want every brother that's not that to feel like he's ugly. And here's what it comes down to. If you are not a negative stereotype, toting guns, toting weapons, holding the community back, then they don't want you reproducing because they, one, think of you as genetically inferior. That part is true. And that comes from certain markets in which we were sold and bought in the past. They have internalized the same ideas behind us being on auction blocks in the 17 and 1800s. They've internalized this. They did it in the States. They're doing it in the UK. They've done it in the Anglophone Caribbean islands as well. They've just internalized these things. So you've got to be the brute. You've got to be exactly the way that our enemies see us. Now, who is it they're shutting out? They're shutting out brothers who are actually good for our population. What I'm saying is that they're picking and choosing the mates in exactly the way necessary to keep the community in the bad shape in which it is. So in a nutshell, they're really practicing mate selection based on the convenience of the people who hate us in the first place. And they do want you to feel ugly. They want me to feel, they want all of us to feel this way so that we would get the impression that we're just naturally unattractive to women no matter where we go. That's why when you left, when I left, when any of us left the West, I don't live in the West either. I live in Saudi Arabia. When any of us have left and we start to speak on it, then they come along and they say, well, it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to run into the same issues with women. Now, you may run into the same issues with the way women feel naturally, sure, but it doesn't mean you're going to run into the exact same issues with how they're going to treat you. And they keep leaving that part out. So I'm just letting you know that what it is they have internalized, and I'm going to speak in code, they've internalized white supremacy. That's them internalizing this. And so they're looking at the Tarzan movies, and I don't mean the Disney animations. I'm talking the old black and white Tarzan movies from 1917 and on up. They've looked at that. They said that's exactly how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be this way. And a man that's not this way, if he's a bruh and he's not like this guy on the TV chasing after Tarzan, then he's not really a man. Because if he's really a man and he's black, then he's going to hold us back. And he's going to fit the stereotypes, and he's going to prove Massa or Mr. Charlie correct. And when you don't do that, and most of us don't, so when you don't do that, then they're going to shut you out. Because really, in all honesty, once you take away, once you take the Wyatts out of Wyatt supremacy, you still have to deal with her. She's internalized it. And that's as much as I wanted to explain. So I appreciate your patience, and I'll answer any questions.
Brother, amazing, brother, amazing breakdown there. So, brother, you're currently in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, this is a stream about feeling ugly, but how is life there, brother? Is it better than America? If you want to summarize it for us, brother, and maybe we can do a stream in the future, brother, if that's okay with you, about Saudi Arabia. Are you there, Black Mind? Can y'all hear me?
Hold on. Okay.
Oh,
how do I sound now?
You sound perfect, brother. Did you hear my question?
I heard the question. Yes, sir. So yes, I'm fine with the stream. I'd like that. And to answer your question about Saudi, it is better here. I'm much safer here than ever was in the States. And I'm going to tell you about a phenomena, just to give you an idea that really answers it. I'll tell you about a phenomena that you may have been through this. Austin Holloman's talked about this. My son went through it, and I've been through it. So everyone, pretty much many of us have been through this particular phenomena. To answer your question, you know how if you go to Latin America, Southeast Asia, and you're there for a while, you're enjoying it. Then when you book your ticket to go back to the UK or to the US for whatever reason, you start getting that nervous, anxious feeling. Have you felt that before?
Yes, indeed, brother. All the time. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, the truth be told, last night, it's morning here where I am now. And last night, I didn't get enough sleep because I had nightmares about being in the States. Now, I didn't book a ticket, but I was listening to Austin Holloman when he said that he bought a ticket to go to Dallas sometime soon. And that he said that he was now beginning to feel anxious and having trouble sleeping. And then I went to sleep last night, but I didn't sleep well. And then and it was partially because I started dreaming about the States. And so it woke me up. Now, when my son came here to visit, he was here for about 3 weeks at the beginning of 2024. He came here for 3 weeks. He liked it. It was safe. And then it was time for him to go on back to the States. And at the airport, he said, "Dad, I feel like something bad's going to happen. I don't think I should go." And I told him, "Well, listen, because we're Muslim." I said, "Well, listen, there are certain supplications that you can say to ask for extra protection. I've done it and I've been protected before." And so he's been fine since he got back, but he had the same feeling, and he didn't know about this phenomenon. He wasn't aware that this had happened to others. He didn't know that I'd had this feeling when I would get ready to go back to visit him in the States since I moved here. So to answer your question, Saudi's the same. When you're here and then you get ready to go back to the States, you start to get a feeling of anxiety. And I generally have enjoyed my visits to the States to see family, but in the beginning, you always had that fear, that feeling of anxiety. It's very safe here. If you're an educated Black man, it's a very safe place to be. They appreciate your work. You generally can do your job without discrimination. And if you face discrimination, you might face it from Syrians or Jordanians because you're Black. But the Saudis won't do that to you. And if they find out you're facing this, they'll protect you from it. So it's good here.
Wow. And the women checking for brothers over there as well?
Yeah, the women generally do want Muslim men. So if they check for brothers, and now they want to know if you're Muslim. But if you're Black and you're Muslim, and this goes for Black Saudis too. If you're Black, if you're a Black male, they be checking for brothers. They especially like brothers that are in shape and that are bald headed. They like that security guard, bodyguard type of look. Yeah, they've been checking. And I was shocked because I'm ambiguous looking. I'm barely recognizable as a Black man until I speak. But sometimes they check for me too. And when I'm in Riyadh, I hang out with this one of the rappers named B Deep. He's on YouTube. So he and I have hung out before, and I'll see the women looking at him, and he'll tell me he sees them looking at me. And I'm married, so I'm off the market. I can't afford a second wife. But yeah, they be checking. And there've been times when I might speak English to somebody at a subway or something when I'm making my order, because a lot of them are English speaking at the subway. And sometimes there might be a Saudi lady, and they don't outright flirt with you, but they may say, "Oh, your English is great. Where did you learn it?" and I'll say I grew up with it. It's my first language. And one time I thought I was going to get in trouble because this lady was with her brothers, and she started speaking to me. And of course, you don't really do that. You talk business with the opposite gender in Saudi, and that's fine. Directions is fine too, but you don't just casually converse with the opposite gender. And so she was talking about English. She didn't say anything flirtatious, but even still, I knew what the rules were. And I figured, okay, your brother's about to jump on me at this point. I need to go. But yeah, they'll do that at times. And the only thing stopping me from catching more attention is that I'm actually I'm ambiguous looking. So they know I'm Western, but they don't always know that I'm Black. If that was the case, like when the summer comes and I get my normal color back, yeah, they get to checking at times. If I stay put long enough, yeah, they'll start checking. They may even flirt a little bit, and I'll have to move on and stay out of trouble.
Wow, brother, I put my IG in the private chat. Did you see it? Can you send me a DM on IG, brother? If that's okay with you, let's get that stream done about Saudi Arabia, please, brother. How does that sound? Okay.
Okay, got it. All right. I see. I do see it. So I'm going to try to save this one. Now, is your actual username is your username International Passport?
Yeah. So International Passport 5. Yes, brother. And I
Got
put
it.
a link there
Okay.
as well in the chat. So if you just send me a DM on there, brother, and then we'll get that stream done ASAP. Okay.
Fair enough. Look forward to it, sir. And thanks for having me on and for your patience here.
No problem, bro. Looking forward to hearing from you, brother. Let me bring in Mr. Jam. Are you ready to speak?
Yeah, actually. I'll follow up on what the brother said because that was a recent revelation of mine. Kind of just want to piggyback on what he said. Yeah, I personally think the ABW doesn't like the Black man in the way that other women of other races like their counterparts. The requirements for men of our caliber are way too high compared to women of other races, and it makes the average man, Black man, who especially doesn't fit that stereotype, feel like unwanted, unloved, and ugly, right? So what men end up doing, right, is they either end up chasing money, right, or they end up what we call, I don't want to say THUG maxing, right? We call that, right, because they see what the woman respond to. And so I know people who literally want to be upstanding dudes, but they've essentially have pushed themselves in a life of debauchery because that's what the women respond to, and they would rather be upstanding people, but they're like, okay, I don't want to, as men we want the touch of a woman, right? And they know that if they were to do that, then they would have no women, so they literally are handicapping themselves in order to get women. I mean, that's just it's ridiculous. So I've seen it. But personally, I don't think I don't think that the educated Black man has the absolute worst of the worst. I would say Indian and Asian men have it maybe worse than we do, because I do think educated Black men can get women of other races, but it's often not the high caliber women of other races. So, like, for example, when you said you were growing up and you weren't getting women, I know you could get some women, but you felt like you weren't getting women of the caliber that you deserved, right? Like you could get the large, white women, right, that were checking for you. You could have gotten them, but you didn't want to go for that, right? I'm assuming.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, right. So it wasn't the fact that you couldn't get anyone, right? Like it was the fact that essentially the women that were checking for you were just completely below the caliber that you felt like you deserved, And that was the same situation. That was the same situation that I was having, right? Now I think a lot of people, what they end up doing is they THUG max, or they'll end up gym maxing, which is what I did, right? And if you meet the body requirements as a Black man and you gym max, I think that's a way to kind of get out. But then you have another problem, and this is kind of what I told you when I had my first stream with you, when I found your channel. Is you meet these women, right, and then they like you now, but they only like you for being a man that you don't want to be. So you're essentially being debaucherous, and you don't want to be this way, but you know that if you were to act like how you actually want to be, then these women are gonna not check for you. They're gonna leave you and all that stuff. So it's literally like you're essentially, it's a catch-22. You're screwed if you do, and you're screwed if you don't. If you leave a debaucherous lifestyle, you know that it's not going to work in the long run. It'll get you women now, but it's not going to work in the long run, and then you're not going to have a future. But then if you don't leave that way, then you don't get any of the women. And it's like, why am I even working hard? I mean, part of the reason why we work hard is for women.
Facts. Thank you. Thank you, JM. Hold on the line there, brother. Travel brother, Aaron, Josh, James, show your face on the camera, please. So I know you're not a troll. Josh, you're confirmed. Travel brother, you're confirmed. Aaron, you're confirmed. Thank you very much. James Humberts, your turn, brother. If you can show your face on the camera in the background, so I know you're not a troll, that'd be great. So let me go super chat here. Shout out to James. You are confirmed. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Volcanus for the support. Shout out to Black Mind. Yes, indeed. Thank you, James. Sorry, thank you, Volcanus, for the support. Shout out to Aaron Pelton for the support. What happened to that UC Berkeley professor is insane. Our opinions about how we live our lives are being policed. The man didn't even say anything bad about dating outside the US. I know, brother, it's very sad. They want to control men, destroy men in the West. And that's why we got to get out of here, the smart brothers, and leave the West to Pookie and Ray Rays. Let me bring a Travel brother in the background. He's next. What's going on, Travel brother? How you doing, bro?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. Fire away.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super grateful for this stream IP because this is one of those things that our part of the community struggles with. And whenever you bring this up to pop culture, I notice that they always gaslight us. They make it seem like we're the problem. And just like the rest of you guys, I was fortunate enough to have some options, enough options to where I know that I'm not completely disgusting. But like the last brother said, it was big women or women who were slightly unattractive. And I kept thinking to myself, like, yo, am I ugly? Like, is it me? And so I took personal responsibility for that. I look smacks, like you said, you either go the THUG route or you gym max. So I'm gym maxing. I'm making sure that my haircut is good. I'm making sure that my clothes look nice. I'm doing all these things. And I noticed that, yes, I got more options, but the options that I were getting were just slightly more attractive big women. And it's like, yo, it drove me crazy for the longest time. Because I'm like, there's no way that I'm this unattractive. There's no way that this is my life. Right. So you set up Tinder, and I live in the South of the United States. So it's kind of, I want to say it's worse, but it's the South of the United States. If you know, you know. I would set my Tinder up, and I would maybe get on a great month. I'll probably get like 10 matches. And again, these 10 matches aren't anything special. Or I mean matches, I mean likes. These likes aren't anything special. They're the women that you're swiping no on. I go out the country for the first time, and I'm getting 3 to 5 matches a day of beautiful women. And I'm like, excuse me, I knew it. I knew that there was something going on here, that it wasn't me. I'm tall, I'm in shape, I'm educated. And it really is such an experience that a lot of men have to go through, because you have to realize how twisted and warped these Western countries are, and the women, how warped they are. And to add to the point of Black Mind and the other brother, there's a reason why, as educated brothers, we are cast aside. And it's simply because we're not the type where you can come into our lives and do everything. We have standards. We expect things from you. We expect you to be feminine. We expect you not to act debaucherous. We expect you to be classy and a lady. And when a woman finds that out, that you have standards, she's like, oh no, I'm not on that. I'm not doing that. And what that does is it hinders the development of educated Black men. See, in development, we have our health, we have our money, which is our wealth, we have our purpose as men, and we have relationships. If you are struggling with relationships as an educated brother, you get very desperate. You grow up weird because you're not having the same experiences as if you were an attractive man. You're not going on dates. You're not figuring out if you like this woman or this woman. You're not having that experience. And so when a woman gives you the time of day, most men that I come on to or I see, they're acting desperate. They're like, thank God. That's why most men, most black men, we have the reputation of getting with these overweight, gross women. It's because their self-esteem is so low. They're thinking this is the only thing that I deserve. This is the only thing that I get. And it's very sad. And I want to end it. I want to end it with this very quick story. When I was young, I want to say middle school, I was on the phone with this girl that I was talking to. We were potentially about to date. We did date, but it went horribly. I talked to this girl, and we were on three-way with her friend. Her friend was like an Americanized Asian girl. And her friend asked, she's like, why do you talk like that? And I'm like, talk like what? And you guys all know, we probably all have had it said to us before. It's like, why do you talk white? And I'm like, what am I supposed to talk like? And she's like, you know how black people talk. And I was like, I can talk like that. I just choose not to. And they were like, oh, do it, do it, do it, do it. And so I started doing it, talking like that, doing all the things. And they're like, oh my God, you're so much cuter that way. And at the time, middle school, at the time, I didn't know any better. But as I grow up and I look back on that, I'm like, that's horrible. That's so sad because, and I'm glad that you mentioned this earlier, IP. Most men, when you get to the point where you're so fed up, you start really debating, should I go down that THUG route? Should I go down this route? And for some of us, you try it out and you go down that route. And yes, you get results. But I don't know about you guys, but for me, I feel absolutely disgusting. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do it. And that's the thing that I noticed, man. It's just very sad that the educated black man has to grow up in this society to where he is fed that he's undervalued and he is not liked and he is not respected. And if you go down that route, yes, you may have some money. Yes, you may have a great body, but you're not going to get women. And one of the primary motivators for men is women. So that's what I'd say.
Brother, so the Asian girl said that to you? What?
They both said it to me. The Asian girl asked me, why did I talk like that? Because she was the type of Asian girl that likes black men. And just by bringing that up, and maybe you guys share this experience, when I hear that a woman likes black men, she's like, oh, my friend likes black guys, or whatever, she likes black guys. In my mind, when I was young, I used to get excited about that because I'm like, oh wow, she may like me. But as I got older, I realized she likes a particular archetype of black man. She likes pop culture black. She likes thug black, not regular guy black. She doesn't like that. She doesn't like educated black. She likes a specific archetype of black. And if you don't match that for her, she doesn't like you. And that used to be so devastating for me.
Wow. Thanks for that breakdown there, Travel Brother. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Arnold again for the super chat and the support. UK is in a really bad place. It's indeed. Black people want to be as close as possible to white as possible. That is why light-skinned blacks are desired. But the US has womanism and they want Pookie. Stay focused. Yes, indeed, brother. Stay focused. Thank you, bro. Let me bring Aaron in the background, okay? Mr. Aaron, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. Fire away, bro.
Yeah. Everybody's been making some really great points. I know we're all kind of like piggybacking, but we all have the same similar like struggle. I got the same speech as you don't sound black, you sound more white. When I was talk to American black women on the phone, or even like white women, and what the last caller was saying, how he used to get excited when like someone said, "Oh, only like black guys only. I only want to talk to black guys." Now I swipe left on those kind of women because most of the time they're trashy, usually have a lot of damage, hygiene's questionable. And I'm in the same stereotype like everybody else, I'm real big nerdy anime guy. I'll be 30 in 4 months in July. Got a good career, got a degree, got my own place. I don't have any misdemeanors or felonies. I keep my nose clean. And I struggle in my current city. I'm in San Antonio right now in Texas, and the women here are just like three times the freaking size of a regular man here. It's ridiculous. Like a Lizzo kind of girl, you know, I mean, just 250, even 300 pounds would get so much like, acclaim and just get praise for her just being just big and fat and obese, but a regular nerdy black man who got no, with no issues. You got a good. He has a good head on his shoulders. Doesn't have any problems with nobody. Gets called, lame. He's weird. He's not. He's very dull. He's not ambition. He doesn't have that much ambition. All this crap, whatever, man. And it's just kind of like really makes, especially black men, depressed. Like I'm sick of being the cleanup guy. I have to get the women who no one doesn't want to be with seriously, the one that got kids or, they're three times my size or they have all these mental. So many women in the States have so much mental disorders. Like it is just ridiculous. Like, I mean, I get stuff happens to everybody, but it is like tenfold in the US when it comes to a lot of undiagnosed mental trauma for a lot of women here. And it's just frustrating. I know every
Okay.
woman in the world might have some issues, but in America, it is like very just amplified of just mental disorders, health issues, not being able to keep a healthy weight. And uh, I have a passport. I've been out the country. I've been to Costa Rica, studied abroad out there, Colombia, Mexico, the UK. And when I went to the UK 2 years ago, I felt like I was in America. It really felt the same, minus the accents, but I really felt like I mean, it was a great city. I like London, but I felt the same, feminism and you got to fit that certain stereotype and all that stuff. And the weather was terrible when I was out there. But I'm going to
Okay.
Japan. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
No, go. Yeah, you got your last point. What was that?
Yeah, I'm going to Japan in like 2 months for the first time ever. I'm going to be in Tokyo and checking out Osaka. And I'm going for vacation, but I'm really hoping I can possibly, maybe out of luck, meet a nice, lovely Japanese woman and see if we hit it off and stuff. Because I'm just done mentally with American women, black, white, Hispanic, any, all of them. That's in America. I'm just mentally done. So that's just my little
Thank you,
rant.
bro. Thanks for that, Aaron. Send me a DM on IG, brother, Aaron. I put my IG in the private chat. Let's touch base, okay? Awesome. So let me bring in Mr. Josh in the background, and great comment there by Raul Black. Literally, this is why there's so many thugs. Yeah, a lot of dudes turn into thugs to get a woman. I saw it back in high school, and it was sad to see. We gotta blame Western women for the high thug culture. So thanks, James. I'm gonna bring in Josh first, James, and I'll bring you in after that, James. Okay? Let me bring in Josh. What's going on, Josh? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, so can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, brother.
Perfect. So I totally agree with everything you guys were saying. I'm noticing that a lot of us are settling because we are told that we're nothing. And if we do see a black man outside of his race, 9 times out of 10, the chick's gonna be overweight that nobody wants. And I also want to say that let's just ignore these Western women. I mean, these Western women are going to do what they're going to do. We don't need to argue with them. We don't need to comment on their TikTok. Winter is coming, just like you were saying, the professor at the UC Berkeley, all that stuff, he got backlash for exposing these women. And I think these women are making the wrong choices. These women who are very, very selective of what they want. The dude's got to be as tall as a skyscraper. He's got to make $13.2 billion a day. He's got to be, who is it? He's got to be Drake, Future, Ty Dolla Sign, Batman, all into one person. And, these Western women, they shouldn't exist to us. They make these choices. They date these pookies, these degenerate men. If that's what they want, that's what they want. But by the time they turn 30, 35, they're not going to have anybody left, and they're going to be left to take care of the 6 to 7 kids or more by different men who aren't there. And winter is coming for them. And that's just that. You know what I mean? Let's just focus exclusively on where we're wanted. The West is done. and it's not being saved. And again, I'd say as far as the economic opportunity, there's great opportunities in America, but I think the biggest problem with America is the culture. I don't know what the government's on, the power that be are on. I don't understand what they're trying to do, but it's just really, really sad and silly. And and based on the topic today, feeling ugly or whatever, that's how I felt my entire life. You know what I mean? I had lost just recently, I lost over 50 pounds. I always dress good, always have a haircut. And anytime I would step out, designer clothes, Alexander McQueen, Subi, off-white shoes, stuff like that, I would always wear suits and just no choosing signals whatsoever.
Mm.
And I was talking to this one chick in the downtown area of my city, and I was talking to her. She was being, difficult, being flaky, and all of a sudden, these 3 to 4 pookies come up, look like they were fresh out of bed, and all of a sudden, they were like, "Yo, like you guys need some cocaine, you need some weed," and all 3 of those chicks just immediately just got swooped up. And so here in the West, it's backwards. It's just it's sad. It's backwards, and I think that none of us should change ourselves for them. Western women are the most undesired women in the world, and let's just focus on where we want it. You know what I mean? That's what we should do. We should ignore them, let them do what they do, let them crash and burn, because I don't care if they're 19, they're 20, they're 21, 22 in their prime, doing whatever, getting ran through, but it's inevitable for every last one of them who think they own the world to turn 30 and 40. And ironically, the women's value depreciates over time. They're just like cars. Us men, we get to our prime much later. We age like fine wine. And that's just that. These women are going to get their karma. Let's ignore them. They don't exist. And just go from there. Very simple. We all have our passports. Just go where appreciated and forget them. They don't exist.
Facts. Thanks for that, Josh. Much appreciated, bro. Obviously, brother, keep it coded, please. Don't say the actual drug name. Keep it coded, yeah,
Oh,
for
sorry.
future references. Thank you, bro. So let me bring in James in the background. James, you got your camera on. Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up. Do you want your camera on? Give me a thumbs up or camera off. Is that okay? Camera on, thumbs up. You good? Okay, brother. All right. Let me bring in James in the background. Mr. James, in the background. What's going on, James? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
I'm doing good,
Hey,
brother. How are you?
y'all hit on a lot of points, but I'm gonna correct you on a couple things. This is my forte. I've been meaning to come on your show to talk about this for a minute and finally caught you. I'm in Thailand right now, and I definitely want to do a one-on-one with you about Thailand. And I'm gonna give you a very, very different perspective, and I am not
Mhm.
gonna bullshit you. We need to set
Oh,
that up.
brother,
We
sorry,
need to
brother.
sit down.
Sorry, bro,
What's
brother.
up?
Keep it PG. Keep it PG, please. No
Oh,
swearing,
that's right.
brother.
I forgot your
But,
show. All
brother,
this time I'm
brother,
watching the show,
we'll
I
do it.
finally come on and I screwed up. I got you.
No worries, bro.
No
Brother, yeah,
product.
brother. We will do that stream ASAP. So, brother, if you can give us the whole truth about Thailand, brother, I'll leave my
Absolutely.
IG on the private chat. Send me a DM. I'll get that
Absolutely.
stream done. But
I
carry on,
got
bro.
you. I know this is not the show for it, so that's what I'm saying. No product in the history of man has been uplifted and glorified as the white man's face. And no
Mm.
product in the history of mankind has been crapped on as much as the black man's face. Okay? What is the problem, or why black men in the United States and the Western world have such a problem is because, one, the only image of us that has been uplifted and seen as attractive and okay to date is thug style. That is why Obama is seen as a threat and Snoop Dogg is like everywhere. They love him.
Mm.
I'm not trying to diss Snoop Dogg. I'm just saying that is what's been deemed to be attractive. And the people who put effort into making sure our image is never uplifted, which is why you go on regular TV shows, it's all white. For example, the show Friends. What if, imagine the impact this would have been as a regular black dude like myself started dating Rachel, and I was a regular character on the show, and that was my girl.
Big
How
impact.
shocking would that be? You know what I'm
Big.
saying? That's what I'm talking
Mm.
about. No one has never made effort to making the regular, decent, respectful, and intelligent, well-educated, going to school black dude as attractive. There's been some little efforts, but it's been crapped down. You'll find that same dude who has probably been seen as attractive in one TV show or movie has been seen unattractive in another movie, they'll kill that character, you know? That is why when you saw the DC movie with Batman and Wonder Woman and everything, and they had Cyborg in it, and you saw the way he looked, they made him look skinny and weird looking, you know, like that, because they don't want that. They don't want you. That's their network. That's the Fox network. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to be seen as attractive in that realm. They only want you to be seen as attractive as a thug. Okay, that is why you'll see you'll see a white dude and a black dude, practically almost identical twins. It's that he has black features and he has white features, same everything, right? The geeky nerdy type, he's got Star Wars stuff in his in his room and everything, or he's got he listens to jazz and folk music. That's like, oh wow, he's so, you know, there's like, but if the black dude is like, oh, he corny. Yeah, but he's just like him. So what is that? Well, you expect that from him. These are real conversations I've had. They'll be like, you expect that from him. No, it's because how many different images of white dudes have been seen and recognized as attractive, getting the girl on TV and movies, etc. Think of all the images. The images are like astronomical. Now, how many images? Just go through your head, write it down on a piece of paper. Have you ever seen the cowboy image of a black man seen as attractive? The nerdy yet cool type. Okay. I mean, let's say, what if Harry Potter was a black dude? Have you ever seen any of that level of stardom as a black dude?
Nope.
Ever in anything, as all in any realm at all? That's why. Now, what if someone did? And you got Tyler Perry, you got all these dudes. Somebody be looking out for black. I was like, what kind of images? The only time you see like the best man, those men are already attractive. The dude that was nerdy and regular, they made sure they crapped on him. He didn't really get the girl. He had problems. There was something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And when they come in with a white girl, oh, that's bad. But if she had a white dude, oh, go girl. They're not doing it by mistake. It's not an accident. They're doing it on purpose. Me, a regular dude, all right? Now, I'm not nerdy or geeky, but I have some nerdies that's like, I play some video games. I'm not that good at them, but some of them are fun. But anyway, you know, I listen to jazz, but I like my hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I don't wild out in the street and don't be tripping on the, you know, the whole hip hop era and this pro black stuff. I don't trip on it, you know? They won't let me come in there and be seen as attractive. They have to stop me. And that is why when I come into a lot of spaces, I'm going to teach y'all about something. Y'all already know about the Keisha in HR. She's there on purpose. On purpose. And when I say on purpose, I mean on purpose. She even is aware. They know about it. I've been in these spaces and I heard them chat amongst each other and to me and admittedly saying, I know why they hired me. And for a while, I've been working at this place and I realized that's why I was there. All right. Now you'll say like, you know, and I had on my GQ, my all fight and everything, they're ignoring you. It's because I'm not trying to come at you, but to them, that is how they're seen as. I'm using this to be seen as attractive. I'm not using skincare and my body. And, you know, that's why they have images of white. Taylor Swift made a song about it. White t-shirt and the baggy jeans and a cigarette in your mouth and the tough, you know, stare. That image has never been made attractive for black men in any shape, fashion, or form, in any way ever. And if you did, they'll find a way to destroy it. They'll probably put them in a dress. They made a movie and made that kind of image of a black man seen attractive on a motorcycle. He's not rich. His way of making you feel good, but he's cool and dreamy and he's, you know, unpredictable. You don't know what's going on, but he's not a knucklehead. He doesn't hurt anybody. It's just the image, but he's a good person. And, you know, and he gets the girl at the end and is passionate, like the Hallmark channel. Always the white dude that they fall in love with. I listen to this stuff. This is the stuff I pay attention to. The show 100, they had a dude on there. He looked good. He was a me type. They killed him off. They had another one. They killed him off until the regular the showing of it. They're all dead. not Game of Thrones, but The Walking Dead. All dead, all bad. Something happened to them, all dead. They know what they're doing. They're not going to make any effort into making sure the regular black man is seen as attractive. The cool, chill, not hurting nobody, get the beautiful girl of the show, the baddest girl of the show. And always got to be slightly scared that you don't mess with the white dude because he'll beat you up, even though you're 3 times his size or something like that. Like on The Walking Dead, when Rick, little skinny Rick, beats the living crap out of the big old black dude, they was doing that on purpose. That was to make sure you're down here, so down here that even little skinny Rick can beat you up. But even though in real life that if Rick balled his fist up and punches that dude in the face as hard as he can, I've met that guy. He was in Vegas. I'm gonna talk about Vegas in 1 second. I'll be brief on it. He probably just do this and look at him. I would do this and look at him. And that dude's bigger than me, way bigger than me. Now in Vegas, I talk about this on my little show that's on my little channel that I'm trying to get up. I've seen plenty of times with dudes just Gucci and Louis Vuitton to the socks, standing in the middle of the dance floor, getting absolutely no attention whatsoever. $1,500 Louis shoes getting stepped on in the middle of the dance floor, not getting no love or image. Is because we need to make sure that what we are pushing out to be attractive is the butt naked you. Not because you got this on or you're wearing this or you work here or you know this or you know that, the butt naked you.
Thank you, bro.
Those images have been stepped on. That's go ahead. Okay.
So, bro, we got some calling. No, but you're speaking facts, bro. I'm gonna come to you after, okay, brother? But you're speaking facts, here, brother, and you got a lot of passion there. Hold on there.
Sure.
Gavin, can you turn your camera on in the background, Gavin? So no, sure. Gavin, you are confirmed. Turn your camera off. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Let me bring in Gavin in the background, okay? What's going on, Mr. Gavin? How you doing, bro?
Yo, P, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. Loud and clear. Fire away, bro.
Perfect. Okay. Man, I'm going to try to be as brief as I possibly can. I'm going to be a little bit controversial and I'm going to ruffle some feathers. I know I am. So first and foremost, I want to say, black man, black men, seriously, we need to pick our heads up. And I feel like a lot of us are too nice. I feel like a lot of us have allowed ourselves to just continuously be placed at the bottom for way too long. I'll give you a quick example. I was recently on a date with a Ukrainian girl, and out of her mouth, she said to me, "Oh, well, you're different than most black men." And I looked at her directly in the eye and I said, "What's that supposed to mean?" And she said, "Well, just the way you carry yourself, the way you speak." And I said, "Well, let me tell you something right here. There are a lot of black men that carry themselves with class, that know how to speak, that are educated, that carry themselves very well. The point that I'm making to you, brothers, is I was willing to have a back and forth with her right there in that moment and jeopardize the date, like not let it go anywhere, because I stand up for the color of my skin. I stand up for my people. And I feel like a lot of us, we need to be more bold in that regard than what we are. We're way too passive and we allow just too much because of what the media portrays us to be like. I don't care how the media shows us. I don't care that they want to continue to portray us as thugs. What are we going to do about it? I guarantee you, if 3 brothers that are in your Python class right now came together and said, "You know what, we want to start a business," and those 3 brothers grinded it on a daily basis, just hustled for it, they would be unstoppable. But it would take them having to get on the same page. But the problem is a lot of us are not on the same page. And we continue to welcome in that negative energy from the powers that be. We continue to go and spend our money at the cinema and watch movies where they're calling us the N-word, where they're making us look like the idiot. Some of you brothers listening to the stream right now, get off of here and go stream Young Thug on iTunes or whatever social platform you have. And what do you think that's doing? Seriously, what do you think it's doing? So don't get me wrong. Like, I'm frustrated with the way that the world views us. I really am. I'm doing everything I can on my end, but I really feel like, and I said this in one of your call-ins a while back, we need to be on the offense way more than what we're doing. And we need to stop being so just let me have one cuss word, IP. Sorry. We need to stop being so goddamn nice about it. Be bold. Be bold, man. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for our color. Stop just making it seem like because we've been belittled for so long that that has to continue to be the norm for us. And stop spending your money on these fashion outlets like Gucci and Louis Vuitton when you know these people don't give a damn about you. We empower these people and we make them richer by spending our money on these companies when we can be investing in our own. I get it. I know it's rough, but we as black men, we could do a lot better for ourselves than what we do. Seriously. Sorry to go on a rant. I know it's going to be some brothers that disagree with me, but I'm the type of person, I just can't sit. I treat life like a boxing match. I can only stay on the ropes and take a hit for so many times before I come out swinging. That's just the way I view life. And I know some people going to disagree with me, but that's all I have to say, man. Oh, and
Speak.
IP, one more thing, bro. I sent this to you in a PayPal. I know I'm all over the place, but last thing, I really feel like we need to get a stream going, bro, where God forbid any brother gets into a divorce, but like we really need to do a stream for some countries where men don't get hit so hard with alimony in the event that a divorce occurs. Because man, that South Korean stream that you had on Friday, it really opened my eyes. So yeah, just my thoughts, man.
Amazing, brother. Amazing breakdown there, Gavin, man. Salute to you. I agree with pretty much most of your points, brother. That's why I'm doing what I can, right? Like the Python stuff, the crypto stuff. But I'm remember, no man is an island. All I can do is all I can do. I hope that I can inspire brothers to also spread that knowledge to other brothers too. So great stuff there, Gavin.
Yo,
Josh,
IP, I'm
of course,
sorry,
bro.
bro. Last point, I swear, last one. I really
Yeah.
wish more brothers too would be as passionate about that N word as you are. I hate that word, and I don't even allow other black brothers to say that word to me. I immediately check them on it. And you've had a couple of streams where, like, some of your interviewers have just been way too passive when it comes to that word. We need to dead that N word. That's part of the problem. And a lot of y'all have a hard time understanding that. Okay, I'm done, bro. Sorry.
Facts, facts, bro. I agree with that too, bro. Facts. Stay on the line, Gavin. I'm coming to you later on. Josh, you want to say
Yeah.
something, Josh?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, what these two gentlemen were saying, like, I'm amazed with what they were saying, especially this gentleman in the black and red. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and that's I always knew what he was saying, but I never really thought of it that way. But it's true. Like, they dumb us down in the media so much. Like, all the major roles that we're getting, we're in the hood, we're gang banging, we're killing people, we're getting killed, and all the main A-list celebrities for these main roles, 9 times out of 10, the hero's gonna be white. And it's just really, really sad. But like exactly like you were saying, they definitely do this on purpose. They only want a black man to be portrayed in one way. Like I noticed with Brad, with the Asian dudes, with the Indian guys, and back on topic with this topic, with the women and in society, they can show up as they are. If a white dude likes playing Beyblade or any anime, it's cool. Like I go on a walk in a park every single day and I see the most nerdy bottom tier white dude with an Asian girl. And he's just who he is himself. He doesn't have to be a thug. He doesn't have to be selling substances. He doesn't have to be a repeat felon offender. Like all these other men, they just get to show up as they are. But for some reason, us black men, if we're not a 3 times world class felon that are deleting people, doing whatever, we're just not seen as men. And it's just really, really sad. Like I remember I was at this kickback and this BW was there and there was a Pookie right next to me. And I had made no effort whatsoever to express my interest in this chick. And out of the blue, she looks at me and she tells me, "Oh, you toxic. You not my type." And I was like, I'm thinking in my head, I was like, I'm not even hitting on you. You're not mine either. And then she looks to the right of me, which is a Pookie with a gun hanging out of his pocket. She said, "Ooh, I like him. He looks mysterious. But you, like, you toxic." I'm like, how am I toxic when this man is in a gang and he deletes people and somehow he's mysterious, but I'm toxic and my record's clean. I don't bother anybody. And for some reason, it's so backwards. I have never seen anything like this to where the worst of the worst, you act like a scum and somehow that's glorified. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And I think these women who want these Pookies and Ray Rays, I think they like the cutting edge, the constant action drama, whatever, but they think it's all fun and games until these women get themselves in a situation that they're not ready for. And I think everybody on this panel knows what I'm talking about. So, like I said, I think just the best thing to do is to go to a place, whether it's Eastern Europe, whether it's Asia, and just go to where we're appreciated and spreading a new narrative and a new wave of new and improved Black men. You know, this is done. It is what it is, and the best thing we could do is go to where there are few of us, and then we make a difference in those countries, and we just turn our back on the West. You know, it's sad that me as a Black man, I have to travel over 2 to 3 thousand miles to find a woman and to just have peace. And I also want to comment on the bad negative vibe. I feel that too. Like every day that I'm here in America, and it's crazy I'm saying this, I just feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulder, constant survival mode, constant fight or flight. You know, my blood pressure's high, like always anxious. And it's not a good feeling. Do any of you guys feel that way too? Just the energy in the air. I don't know how to really explain that, but you guys can go ahead and give your take on that.
Thanks for that, Josh. Travel brother, what do you want to say, bro?
I wanted to emphasize the point. I'm glad that the brother in Thailand made this point where you guys are right about the media, right? The thing that I always peep things like that. And I thought I was the only one that did, because I can tell when they're sneak dissing and they're just kind of sliding it in there, right? So I just want to give like a couple examples here. When you don't see a strong Black man who is a leader without him having some sort of him getting disrespected by his subordinates or him being undermined in some way. He never holds that position. And it's very sad because the media is important because we see ourselves in a lot of the media that portrays. I remember I saw this show on HBO Max. I couldn't even tell you what it was called, but it was about this brother and he was with his Black family and they were like billionaires. And he had a Black sister, a Black brother, and I'm thinking like finally like there's a show that kind of takes a hyperbolic image of what I would like to be and it's played on the TV. And come to find out, you find this out in the first like 5 minutes, he's gay. Now listen, however you feel about gay people doesn't matter, but I'm looking at what does that represent? There is no straight Black man who is a leader of his family, who's dating, who's not in some type of interracial relationship. There's no type of strong leadership in that point. And I couldn't even watch the show because it just bothered me that much. That's one. The second one is the Black Mirror episode. I want to say it's called Nosedive, where basically it was about this white chick who was trying to climb the social ladder. And she had to get like all these points or whatever, and your social rank is determined by the number that you are, right? So I think she was like a 6 out of 10, and then she was trying to do all these things like get surgery and do all this other stuff to become a 7 out of 10. And of course, like real life, pretty people get access to different things. Super long story short, I'm sorry to spoil it for you, is she pretty much goes against the system. And she gains all this weight and she drops all her points and then she ends up going to jail. Well, in jail, she meets this brother And this brother, he's supposed to be like an activist, but he's in a suit. He looks good. He's clean cut. And then they're hitting it off in a relationship. And when you watch the show, what that sneak diss was the highest that you can get as a brother is this overweight white woman. And
Wow.
if you decide that as a white woman that you don't want to play this game and you want to get fat and do all the other stuff, then you could get the highest of black men. And I've always remembered that episode because it pissed me off when I saw it. Because I'm like, of course they're going to get in a relationship, or they're leading to them getting into a relationship. And it's just sad. It crushes me because it's like, yo, like, the only thing that we can be, we have no social range in media. The only thing we can be is entertainers, which are jokes, clowns, rappers, right? We don't have the educated brother who lives a normal life, who has good things happen to him, who happens to be this guy who either supports his community or does whatever. And it's sad.
Well, brother, great breakdown there. What episode is that in Black Mirror, if you remember?
So I believe it's called Nosedive. You'll know that you got it when it's like this white woman who is she's trying to get her rating, because like the future, everybody has a rating. You're like a 5.5 or 6 or 7. And then what happens is if you treat people
Found it.
badly, they give you a wrong
Yep.
rating.
I found it, brother. Thank you, bro. Let me go to JM. Any other thing you want to add on, JM? You there, brother? Jam?
Yeah, no, I'm here. No, I mean, there's a lot that I can add to this. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with the media that my brother's talked about. He's absolutely right. It was just kind of what I was just saying about before. You need to be Superman, right, as a black man if you're not going to be a thug in order to get above average woman, right? If you're just you, right, and you're not a thug, right, then expect to get low quality woman. That's just how it is. You need to be absolutely exceptional in all aspects. You need to be Superman in order to be attracted to women of other races. That's what they want you to feel like, and it's absolutely ridiculous, right? That's why kind of what I was talking about before. I was alluding to when I said that the black women, the ABWs of our have higher requirements for us than any other woman in their counterpart. Essentially, the ABWs want us to retire them in order to get a relationship. If you're not able to retire them, they look at you like you're, beneath them or you're subpar. And I'm just kind of like reliving these moments when when these guys are talking about them, reliving my life all over again, because I'm just remembering, right, how it was like, right, to not meet these requirements and then and then to feel ugly and then to essentially feel like I'm going subpar when it's like I'm meeting all the marks that they tell you to meet. I'm doing well in school. I'm not I'm not overweight. I'm in shape, and I'm nice. I'm courteous, but that absolutely means nothing. And so you eventually do gym max or you THUG max or you do whatever, and then it puts you in another dilemma because I did that, right? I did that, and then I felt like I had a mental, people talk about this whole mental burden, right? That's how I felt like when I was around these women, because I felt like I had to play a character, right? When I was around them, I couldn't do certain things when I was around them. Like I'm an avid chess player. I love playing chess, right? I would never dare play chess in front of these girls. I do that, and they'll look at me like I'm crazy. So I have to you know what I mean. So you have to act a certain way when you're around these people, in order to get quote unquote what you want. But it's just it's not something that's actually going to be fulfilling long term. So it becomes a very big mental strength on you, a very big mental strain. And the worst part is that, especially when you try to speak, amongst, if you don't have siblings, look at a brother. So I had someone to piggyback off of this. I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm not sure how you felt, IP, but I was able to speak to him, so I was able to be assured that I wasn't, I wasn't sick in the head. But when I was speaking to my parents, they were unaware of this because this didn't happen to them. This is completely unique to our generation. Completely unique. So they look at you, like I said, right now, I think we talked about this yesterday, right? They have they want you to be married. And it's like, I don't think you understand how difficult of a feat that is to do now. It's not like how it was when you guys recorded. But I'll just leave her there. I don't want to rant.
Facts, bro. Facts. Let me hand it over to Aaron before I go to James. Shout out to Mr. Barry for the $4.99 dollar super sticker. Thank you, Aaron. Sorry, thank you, Barry, for the support. Much appreciated, Barry. Aaron, anything else you want to chime in, brother, before I go to James? If you're still there, Aaron. Okay, Aaron is not there. James, you want to chime on carry on, brother? James Humbert, you want to speak more, brother? Before I go to Gavin, you're on mute. Let me unmute you.
I'm sorry. I was
Speaking.
brushing my teeth. I'm sorry.
You can go to him and then go to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm patient.
All right.
Got a lot to say.
What's going on, Aaron?
Yeah, no, just listen to everybody, making their points and stuff. Just kind of hitting back home with the point, like black men has to go 3, 4 thousand miles just to find a decent woman that's going to, love us for who we are. I keep hearing all the time, like we have to, like, change our how we think, change what we do. I'm not trying to change or, transform myself to something that I'm not just to get a below average girl to like me. I think that's just a lot of tomfoolery. I mean, I get that self improvement, make sure you have a good job, you're decently in shape, you're not a creep, you're not like a weirdo or nothing. I mean, I get that, but I think most black men aren't on that kind of spectrum. I mean, I feel like we're doing pretty good in our lives, but I just hate the fact that we have to settle for the big white girl or the big, black girl or the out of shape Hispanic, and it's frustrating. Like especially in the states, like I said, I'm in San Antonio, Texas. Majority of these women here are gorditas or very overweight. The ones who aren't on that caliber, the nice light skin or the mestizos or the white Mexicans, they have that family upbringing where they don't let no black men in. If you're white, you're cool, but outside of white and Hispanics, black men don't get that kind of privilege, or we don't get the opportunity to try to holler. It's when they, have kids, single moms, or to get, shunned out the family. It's when they'll come to us, and I'm sick of that. If I can't get you when you're at your best, I don't want you at your worst. And once I get to, my peak, I'm not settling for no 33-year-old. I'm at the point where once I go through my personal stuff and I get that resolved, I'm trying to get to, the 24, 25, or the 23-year-old girl. Like, I'm not about to get super successful and then go with the woman that kept rejecting me or kept playing games. No, I want someone younger. Like, I think that's I think it's bullcrap that we got to settle where women can, be 40 or 50 and date 30-year-old men or get those attractive dudes, and we got to settle for the scraps. So I just think that we have to just keep trying to have a positive mindset, and especially living in the states, and just try not to get us to get kind of depressed, because I've been in that. I've been in some like depression states just on the apps. The apps are really big self-esteem killers. Like, I know I'm not an ugly guy, I know I have a lot going on, but when I'm on like Tinder, Bumble, and all those apps, and I get barely any matches, or I get matches that I do not want to engage with, it hurts when you see other, races or women who's not even attractive gets 300 likes, and it just makes you feel some type of way. But you just have to kind of stay positive and just keep working on yourself, and then having a passport kind of like a cheat code to be able to find a more traditional high quality woman who's actually going to be attractive and not ran through, and just trying to keep the hope alive. But it's just it's easier said than done, but we just have to kind of stay positive and just kind of be here for one another, because it's a struggle. But it's best to have a struggle with people that you can ride with than doing it by yourself, because once you're just habitually alone by yourself, life is a lot harder. So that's just kind of like my last take of the night for that.
Thanks for that, Aaron. Much appreciated, bro. So James, I'm going to you next, James. But James, keep it PG, brother. Keep it coded, right, please. But
I got you, man.
fire away, James.
I'm a retired Navy, so I do have a mouth. I've been reading the chats and I've been listening to everybody. So let me try to just clean this up as best I can. One, if you are a brother, like say I'm gonna give you a good job title, like a lawyer or a pharmacist, and you're in the right spaces at the right time, you will find yourself with the best women of that city. Okay, the kind of women that do like brothers like us, the kind of brothers that that are being told we're all talking about it, or be seen as ugly and not attractive, you're not going to find them just at a grocery store. You're not going to find them just at a bar or at a club or anything, or the spaces that we normally shop for women, but they can be there. One girl celebrating her birthday. You know how they all be in a group and you see the kind of girls that you never see at that nightclub before? Those are the kind of women that like you. But that's an awkward place for them to meet you. Now, if you're in their spaces, the kind of spaces that they're normally in, which I'm not going to go down a list because they're in spaces that, they're on all kinds of spaces. But I'm 9 times out of 10, they're with their friends at their homes or home or at work or at the gym, which is another awkward place. But when you are a brother who's got your stuff together, those kind of women like you. The problem is we're often meeting women in the spaces where the bad ones, the crappy ones who like dudes like that are. They know where we are and they make sure that we're the one. They come right in front of us while the other girls are, you can't be seen. And if you try to get to them in those kind of spaces, you're going to be hit with massive amount of haters, and those haters going to be women, black, white dudes, Hispanic dudes. You know what I'm talking about. You're going to be dealing with a pool of haters, and a lot of those haters are the violent ones that are thugs. Thugs are the biggest haters on the planet because they know that if those girls can get to you and they don't try to mess it up, they're going to choose you. You don't really need a passport in that sense. Okay. However, what does the passport allow you to do? It allows you to get in front of women who have not been bombarded with the image of black men being garbage. They're going to treat you the same way they treat another white dude from the United States. You're on an even playing field, and you're not going to have a lot of hating static. It's up to you. You're on your own, which is a good thing. No hater static, no Keishas, no Pookies, no racist ass white dudes, none of the BS, no racist and hating ass Puerto Rican dudes trying to get to those Spanish women and not like that, or the Asian girl. Okay, one of the problems in America is all that stuff you're dealing with in America, the news and media. Do you have any idea how massive the deck is stacked against you in the United States when you're a decent, regular black man, law-abiding, trying to get a girl? The nightclub is specifically designed to run you over and make sure you don't get it. But even then, I know about these kind of spaces that I'm talking about, and I have been very successful in the United States. States that I like, I love Seattle. I love San Francisco. I love San Antonio. I love Miami. I love New Haven, Connecticut. All right. I even had I believe it or not, I did very well in St. Louis, but I hate St. Louis with a passion. Good Lord, don't you ever go there. I'm sorry, IP. When you got it at the top of your head, the reaction kind of comes out. I also like San Diego, but that's a tough one too. Seattle and Connecticut, Southern Connecticut, I'm just going to say the whole Southern Connecticut and Seattle are very good spaces for brothers like IP and myself. You know what I'm saying? You would like them places. There's been a lot of bad talk, but Austin, I had a lot of good, Austin, Texas, I had a lot of luck there. But you got to be in the right spaces. The regular nightclub and bars, you're not, because you're going to be, the one thing that's going to stop you is the haters. The haters are right there waiting for you. When you walk in, like when I walk into to these areas where they're at, they notice the manlyhood coming off me, and the haterade comes on fast. I don't have to say anything. Just walk to the bar and the hater starts coming. I mean, it's like a magnet, because they know that if I get to those girls and I start talking to them, it's a wrap. Our image is trashed. You're saying stop being soft. I saw it in the chat. It has nothing to do with the fact you were soft. Do you know how many disgusting and horrific kind of white dudes get beautiful, gorgeous? I've seen their boyfriends. I've been to some of these places that I named, and I've seen women that were mind-bogglingly gorgeous. And then I see their boyfriends, and I'm like, his breath stink. He's weird. There's something wrong with him, and he's talking to me like, these are places like, you can get a girl. Like he's actually above me. And I know that if me and him went somewhere like France or Germany or Sweden or Bucharest, or Netherlands, he will get laughed at and asked, why are you with him? Why are you with this guy? He's not like you. Why are you with him? Been there, done that. Navy, 15 years. I haven't asked that question. Why are you with this guy? And I'm like, it's my colleague, he'd be all right. Just let him hang over there and get drunk and put him in a cab and send him home. You're challenged not because like there are places that it's safe for you to be a simp. Okay, and if you simp, the girls will appreciate you, and you probably end up in a marriage. White dudes that are simps in the United States, sometimes they get handled. You know what I'm saying? Hawaii is a good place too, my dude. Or sometimes you'll find yourself in a marriage. I've met plenty of white dudes that were 100% pure scent, like no preservatives and nothing, just pure, right fresh from the crop,
I
pure
gotta get to
scent.
the next caller, bro. I gotta get to another caller, bro, and wrap it up soon. Yeah, you heard that, James? Do you have any
What's
last
up?
point there? Did you
Yeah, yeah,
finish that
yeah.
point?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I know I do ramble a little bit. And they have beautiful wives, and I'm looking at them, was like, bravo for him. That is sent lucked up and didn't get ran over. But that's my spill.
Thank you, James. I need to wrap it up soon. Shout out to Mr. Mike for the $199 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. What do you think about the woman in Hawaii? I've not been to Hawaii. I can't give my opinion there. How are the women there in Hawaii, bro?
You do meet some nice girls in Hawaii, and they do like brothers. Okay, and believe it or not, the only thing about Hawaii is it is unbelievably expensive. I was there because I was stationed there, but I was stationed in Kauai, Pacific Missile Range facility out there. In order for me to go to the Big Island, I was a helicopter mechanic. I would just hop on the helicopters because our helicopters that we work on would go over there and get resources and bring them back to the island. That's how we got our stuff. Because you could hop on that and then hop back, but you don't miss it, or you're gonna have to fly back. What's in about $100 back and forth. We call it the hop, not a flight. We call it a hop. But yeah, dudes do very well out there. I was heavily sought after when I was in Kauai. Heavily.
Sorry, brother, by the Polynesian ethnic Hawaiian chicks. You're telling me, brother, and also the Japanese chicks and the Asian chicks in Hawaii.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they like us. Yeah. Truth. Facts. And the smarter you are, the more they like you. And those spaces that I'm also talking about, the whites and Hispanic girls, Hispanic like brothers, Hispanic women all over the country like brothers who got their stuff together, beautiful ones, but you're just not in their spaces. And when you do get in their spaces, you're going to deal with a lot of haters. And Hawaii, they don't have a lot of that out there because those kind of brothers can't afford to live there.
Wow, incredible. Isn't Hawaii the West though, brother? Aren't they feminists over there, like American chicks, or no?
Ain't enough of them to screw it up like that. Hawaii is a hidden gem. It's just very expensive. That's it. It's just like San Francisco. You're not going to have a lot of haters unless you go to the wrong club in San Francisco. They like brothers with their crap together. Like if you're a software engineer out in San Francisco working for Google, and you hang out at the upscale places, and they find out who you are clean cut, smelling good, with the green Irish creed pulsing from your skin, your teeth are right, your teeth are clean, your hair is cut, and you're smart and intelligent. You know your history. You can play the trombone with them. Excuse me, my bad. You can play the trombone or something, or the guitar. You will clean all the way up. And I do not lie or exaggerate like a lot of YouTubers. I've been there and I've experienced it.
I can actually verify that. I have a good friend that lives right there. He is a software engineer, and yeah, he cleans up and does really well. I can actually verify that completely. He was telling me about San Francisco. I didn't want to go there because you hear a lot of bad things about the crime and also how expensive it is. But yeah, if you're a brother who has their stuff together, it's a hidden gem. I'd recommend it if you want to have fun, but I wouldn't go there if you're trying to like settle down. But yeah, he's right about that.
You could, if you make a lot of money and stay in the upscale places, stay there. You live there, that's where you mingle, and you don't go anywhere else because everywhere else is just bad. Stay in upscale places and only go to upscale bars where the steaks cost $300-400. That's just your life. So unless you're making about $200,000, I'm sorry, I'm just truth, $250,000 a year and more.
Awesome.
And of course, according to my man IP, you tap into the IT and
you drop off there, James. You good? All right, Gavin, are you there, brother?
Yeah, what's up, IP? I'm here, man.
Brother, do you have a point you want to mention, bro? I'm gonna wrap up soon.
Yeah, last closing point, bro. I'm gonna try to be as brief as I can. I'm Mr. Controversy again. I'm gonna go right back to the mirror and holding it up to ourselves. You got to make them respect you. One of the people that I really looked up to, God rest his soul, was Muhammad Ali. And every time that man walked in a room or was in an interview, people respected him. And it wasn't because, oh, he's gonna beat me up if I don't respect him, but the aura that he had, the self-confidence, the way that he carried himself. And I really feel like a lot of us brothers, we really need to get to that point, because I'm hearing a lot of you brothers talk about the media and this and that. I'm pretty sure some of you are some very talented writers. And instead of buying Jordans and Louis sneakers, I would be willing to put my money behind some of the intelligent brothers that are writers, so we can get our own media company going and change the way that they view us. But it really starts with us. I can't stress that enough, because we talk about it, we complain about it, we know it's not right, but at the end of the day, what are we doing to change the narrative for us? What are we doing? What are you choosing to not boycott and spend your dollars on that you know is going to make us look bad? And I guarantee you, if we fought half as hard as the feminists did to demand our respect, the narrative for us would change. I can't stand the feminists, but one thing I can say, they in America, unfortunately, they get their respect. What if we fought half as hard as what they did to gain our respect? It's just my thoughts. We got to stop being so passive, and it's really time to get on offense. And I'm just gonna keep saying that, no matter how much y'all hate hearing it from me. It's really time for offense. We got to stop being so nice, man. And lastly, IP, man, thank you so much for what you're doing. And I'm not just talking it, I'm living it. I didn't know a thing about IT, but guess what? I signed up for your class because at the end of the day, I knew it was going to put me in a more powerful position and open up different streams of revenue for me. So I'm not just talking it, fellas, I'm living it. Get on offense and stop being so nice. Pick your head up. You are valued, black man. You're God's child. You may not feel like it, but you are. Thank you, IP.
Wow, amazing comment there, Gavin. Amazing comment there. All right, let me bring in James again for his closing points. I'm going to go to Jam, Travel Brother, Aaron, just for their closing points. We'll wrap up soon. So, James, give me a thumbs up. Can I bring Green Brother for your closing point? Awesome, brother. Awesome. All right, let me bring in James in the background. James, what's your closing point, bro?
My closing point is I would really love to get an idea of what he meant by like if you're not being nice or not being nice or being nice. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I would love to get a one-on-one with you to come on my show and get more deep in that. I think we have a good conversation about that. But my example is what it is that we need to make efforts into making it cool for us to come up and show up any way we want. Like white dudes, they're accepted even by us. They're accepted any way they come. You ever been at the all black party and a white dude come in and it's just a corny and everybody's like, oh, the corny. You ever see that? I've seen it.
Yep.
We can't do it. Why? Because we have not made an effort to making that image of us cool, attractive, and sexy. We only have one or two images of us as seen as attractive or sexy. What is the one? When you are so attractive that they just want you. The other one is sports players. And when the rappers do it, it's like, I got this on, I got this watch. Let me tell you something. This is true about Vegas as well. Women who go for you because you have that on, they look at you and they say this: if you're stupid enough to spend your money on that, then you're stupid enough to spend your money on them. Women of high caliber, like a congresswoman, you know what I'm saying? Which is the kind of women I like, the women I was talking about in those kind of spaces that do like brothers with their stuff together. They will look at you and think that you're an idiot if you're wearing that kind of stuff. Those kind of women who make great wives in the United States, who do like brothers like that don't really care about race. Those kind of women, they do not. They just care about the quality of the man. If you come up to them dressed like that, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, they're going to think you're an idiot. And they're not going to want to talk to you. They're going to think you're stupid. Why would you spend that kind of money? You want to know what you can spend your money, good money on? A suit, your watch, shoes, skin, hair. teeth. That gets the girl. High quality man. And if you take off your suit, your watch, and your skin and everything, you still better be appealing to her, no matter what you're doing. White t-shirts, some baggy jeans, and some sneakers, and your personality. No matter how you step up. If we can do it to where that's seen, that kind of black man is seen as attractive, no matter what else you come up with, the goofy type white guy, attractive. The nerdy white guy, attractive. The little grungy, those images are never presented about black men. When you see the grungy type, the nerdy type, they're not talking about black men because it's never been made to be seen as attractive. We should make it that no matter how we step up, no matter how we show out, just as long as we're not disrespecting, low class in it, just literally coming up, just horrifically disgusting, even though the white dudes did that and they still get the girls. We need to make it so that no matter how we show up, that's attractive. Why? Because that's a brother. I've seen that type in the movie, and that's how they're getting them. That type of dude in the movie was seen as attractive, and white dudes know. They see these movies. Oh, I can pull that image off. He got the girl. Oh, I can pull that image off. And we're talking about thousands of hundreds of years of images on TV and video and movie of all kinds seen as attractive, while they were doing the exact opposite to us. Closing.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, James. Much appreciated, bro. So, okay, let me drop James off. Thank you, James. Much appreciated, bro. Mr. Josh, any closing statements?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. What James was saying, I mean, I'm speechless. You know what I mean? So he pretty much. I mean, after what he was saying, I don't even think I could come with anything after that.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he did such a great job with that.
Okay. Thanks for that, Josh. I'm gonna drop you off. Thank you, brother. All right, Mr. Aaron, any closing statements there, bro?
He really kind of what you call it, just kind of hit the nail on everything what he said. What I'm going to do personally for my personal life, I wasn't really big on going like to the bars and clubs, even like during college, and being almost 30 in like 4 months. I want to kind of go to more places where not really a lot of black men go to, like the library, Barnes and Nobles, the bookstores, things of those places. Not really just to try to try to find high quality women per se, but just to kind of break out the norm. I don't want to just always be congregating, like I said, to bars and clubs or the more or the usual suspects. Like I just need to kind of change how I move and just try to be able to just think outside the box and just try to find different avenues to try to put myself out there and just kind of be around more high quality people and with the intention of hopefully being around better high quality people, I can try to find high quality women and just stop dealing with trash. So I just kind of want to just stop being the victim and just try to take action. And I just want to kind of have a better positive mindset and just kind of get out of this little rut and just kind of go out, think or sorry, I can't talk tonight. Just be able to go outside the box and just try to find better solutions instead of just keep dwelling in the past or keep complaining about stuff. I need to have action. So that's pretty much my statement. Just gotta get some solutions going.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Aaron. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Mr. The Black Muslim in the building for the support. Thank you, brother. Listen to the stream on the flight to Morocco. Much love, brothers. Thank you, bro, for the support, Black Muslim. Much appreciated, bro. Awesome. Have a safe flight and arrival in Morocco and to Morocco. Thank you, brother. And back to where you traveled from. Mr. Travel Brother, do you have any closing statements?
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of push back on what Gavin was saying. I don't want to fight, and I don't mean that in like a pacifist way or allow myself to get beat up. I'm saying that in a way that I don't want to have to fight for somebody's respect. And because the crazy part is, like they've mentioned, the past brothers have mentioned, guys show up as themselves and get respect. The other race is the guys show up as themselves and get respect instantly. It's not that the fact that we're complaining, it's simply that we are not in a position to make effective change. We have to realize that 80% of a population is dang near illiterate. They're not going to learn by us sitting down and having this educational conversation with them to say, hey, this is the way that it is, and we're not actually, no, they're influenced by media. We see this with our community now. The majority of us are influenced by media. They're influenced by rap music. And so as brothers, as the 20%, what I like to call us the 20%, our job is simply to build infrastructure. And that infrastructure is simply around the media, because the only thing that you can build with infrastructure is a way that allows you as an educated brother to develop yourself to be whole. There are a lot of educated brothers out there who are lacking in either social development, relationship development, image development, self-esteem, and that's going to affect their dating options. That's why we have this image as it is. And so it's simply about you becoming the best version of yourself, building that up to the best of your ability, and collaborating with other brothers who are on that same path to then to attack a certain goal, whether let's uplift the image. Because trying to fix an image, trying to fight back on an image that's been presented to us, that's not a one-man job. That's not even a 10-man job. That's a conglomerate's job. The reason why a lot of white men get all this respect and stuff in these different countries is simply because of media. They're good at lying, or should I call it marketing. They're great at marketing, and we don't have a conglomerate pushing our marketing team. And so the best thing that we can do at this point in our development, this is my closing statement, is becoming the best version of ourselves. And as we're climbing, finding other brothers with good head on their shoulders, and to collaborating with them to work on projects that say, okay, how can we start getting more brothers in position to start making these changes.
Gavin, do you agree, Gavin, or do you want to rebut?
Yeah, man. No, I don't know why this brother is pushing back, because we're basically saying the same thing.
Yeah.
We're saying the exact same thing. And the point that I was making to you is, because I said a moment ago, I'm willing to invest the money. When I get to a point to where I can actually start investing in things, I'm willing to invest in Black media. I'm willing to invest in cinema that pushes us out there in a more positive light. And yes, we can do all of the self-development that we need to do all day, but the question still stands as, what are we as a collective going to do? That's what I mean when I say we need to fight against this evil machine that has portrayed us in such a negative light for so long. I'm not saying fight in a sense of, oh, we need to go up there to the powers that be and demand that they make us look better. No, that's not what I'm saying. It starts with us. And like I said, when I first started talking, in IP's Python class alone, if 3 brothers alone decided that they wanted to get together and start up a media company and push movies out there that would, show us in a positive light, do you know how impactful that would be alone in itself? We really saying the same thing, brother. We just saying it in 2 different ways. And when I first got on the call, I'm not gonna lie, I was angry, because I'm tired of this pity party. I'm tired of this, oh, like these people are not treating us right. We should be treated better. We got to go to these other countries because the women here won't do us right. And yes, like I know the West is pretty much done for in that regard. But what are we going to do to strengthen our numbers alone? I think in the morning class, IP, you have like 100 brothers in there. If I'm not mistaken, it might be a little under 100 of us. If all of us came together and did something, that would create a huge wave right there. That's what I'm talking about. Like, white people invest in other white people all the time. We are the only race of people that does not invest in each other, because we take our money, we go spend it on designer things, and instead of uplifting us and our community, we make other people richer. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Just real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
we're on the same page. I want to make that very clear. We're on the same page. The thing that I was trying to highlight is we have to start at the very bottom. Right now, when you speak like that, and like I said, what you're saying is right, but you're talking about going from step 1 to step 10, right? And so I studied personal development for like 10 years. And the way that this works is you have to develop yourself first. And then when you're developed, you develop your family. And then when your family's developed, you develop your community. So it's not one person who goes from one to the next and they're like, okay, let's go to the community. We're skipping steps. And so that's where it's like the again, we're saying the same thing, but my correction is like, instead of a couple brothers in the IP or in the IP's course come together and start a media company, they come together and they invest in a media company. Now I know that's probably what you said, but it's like the language of what you're saying it, because a person who's in IT, I'm assuming you guys are working 40-hour weeks, maybe more depending on the field. You're not going to have time to run a full media company at the size of which is going to make impactful change to what we're talking about. Is
I,
that make
I
sense?
have to, I have
Last
to
point.
yeah,
Last
last
point,
point.
Kevin.
Yeah, definitely. Last point. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, brother, but at the same time, I have to disagree because I'm in Arizona and I see white men that sometimes work 12-hour days to get their business module off the ground or do whatever that it is that they need to do. And I'm not necessarily speaking in terms of just people that are in IP's course for Python. I'm just talking about this group as a whole. And lastly, I'll leave you with this question, then I'm done with it on my part. How long do we continue to reach our hands down for people that are at step 0? Unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of brothers that remain at step 0. But from a more positive aspect, it's a lot of us that are on step 1. So those of us that are at step 1, what are we going to do to change the narrative? And I'll just leave you with that question, bro. Thank you so much, IP.
Thank you, Gavin. Travis, brother, Gavin. Sorry, brother. I gotta go to bed, man. I'm gonna drop you both off. Appreciate it, brothers. Thank you so very much. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm tired. I'm tired. Shout out to the Black Muslim for the support. Thank you, brother. That's not true, Gavin. We gave Black Sands over $1 million to make a black anime, and they never dropped. Wow, flipping heck! Starting a black thing and not doing anything is a hustle. We need honest brothers to do it. Yes, indeed. We need honest brothers to change the community and make great moves. That's a shame about Black Sands, man. Shake my head. Jam, any closing statements, bro, before I let you go?
Yeah, a lot, but I know you want to go, so I'll try to be very brief. I just want to rebut a little bit what Gavin said, and I know he means well, but I just feel like we have a lot to overcome, more so than any other race, and this is where I agree with you that we have the hardest struggle. The real issue that I believe, and I think I just realized it here in this conversation, is that we, unlike any other race, don't have the respect of our women. And honestly, I mean, this is just an innate thing, right? If your women don't respect you, how can your other men or many of your peers respect you? I mean, we've all seen this before. Where you might see a dude and you have respect for him, but then he has a girlfriend and his girl treats him with disrespect. You subtly have less respect for him after seeing that, right? You've seen that, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I think that's the issue that we are having. It's like we have to fight not only the world, because the world's against us, we have to also fight our women as well. And that's the biggest issue that we have. Everyone's talking about saying step 0 and how black men have to start from step 0. Why do we have to start from step 0? It's because the women are against us, and the black men who do go out and they stick out the mud, they go to step 1, 2, or 3. They usually date out, and then those men, and then they're out the pool, and then the people who are from step 0 are starting all over again. So, other people are able to build empires and we're not, because we don't have the respect of our women. And that's really the biggest issue that we have. But I don't want to talk any further. That's just something I just realized hearing everyone speak. I just realized I think that's really the problem we have. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jam. Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated, bro. Awesome. Okay, brothers. Great live stream, man. If you're feeling ugly, keep your head up. Keep your head up. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Please get your passport. Please get into IT. Please keep improving. Please keep being positive. Right. Better days are coming towards you. All right. Avoid Western women. Detach yourself from the West and the Matrix. Stay focused. Get the certs. Get the skill set. Get your passport, and you will overcome. All right. So, brother, it's been a great live stream. Let me just double check the PayPal again. Shout out to all those who hit the super chats, much appreciated. Press a one in the live chat if this stream really resonated with you, right? Was it a great discussion? Press a one in the live stream chat if this was a very informative and important stream. Okay, press a one in the Zoom chat. Flipping it, I'm tired, man. Oh Lord, I need to sleep. Shout out to Mr. John, okay, for the PayPal super chat, for the PayPal donation. Thank you, John. You're saving lives. Thank you, bro. You're saving lives, bro. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words, John. That's on the PayPal. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated for the support. Thank you, man. This was a great stream. Great stream. Look how many ones are in the chat. Wow, amazing, man. Yo, man, we gonna need this crypto to pop off, man. Right, we gonna need this crypto to pop off heavy. I'm excited for the future, right? I really am. So let's keep pushing forward, man. Okay. Let's keep pushing forward, man. Okay. We got this. We got this, man. We really do. It's our time. It's our time. Our time. Our time is coming. Keep your head up. Believe in yourself. Yeah, I got this, man. Okay? We got this. All right, brothers. I'll see you, brothers, for more content this week. Keep supporting, keep sharing the content, keep being engaged, and let's keep moving forward and keep your head up, man. Okay? I'm International Passport, and I'll see you, brothers, on the next video. Peace out.